Welcome to Nerd Church, and as was just pointed out, we're back in true Nerd Church style. Sunday morning, Dungeons and Donuts. We got coffee. We've got Cranky Owls. We got probably soon Irish coffee. We're in a good spot, and we got a full crew, which is good. We welcome Thomas back to his unconscious character, lying on the cold, ooze-soaked ground of this forbidden underground laboratory. As a quick recap, the party confronted, maybe sooner than they expected to, Esterath Tentathian outside of his laboratory, beat him soundly, only to unfortunately have him flee with a misty step down into his lab. They pursued him inside, at which point he started a process with his sort of strange magical contraption full of this roiling, glowing purple and pink ooze, and set off a chain reaction of events. So a couple things to remember. First, mutated twig blights burst out of some of these glass tubes on the side. The party dealt with those. Tentathian, after sort of being suffused with some of this ooze himself, seems to have been healed and empowered in some way. Perhaps most importantly, though, as the level of ooze in the central tank has drained down, and in the remaining two glass tubes on the side, it has revealed that the two outside tubes remaining do not contain twig blights, but rather one on my left-hand side, closest to the Steel Defender, contains Yarbo, the son of the chieftain of the village above, and the other, opposite, contains an unidentified half-elf who looks to be in traveling clothes. You all recall in your earlier, more peaceful moments above, in conference with Fensel, the chieftain, that he mentioned that the animal villagers had observed the kidnapping of a essentially wanderer in the forest by Tentathian at some point. So you would assume that that is this person. And then last but certainly not least, in the central chamber of this machine, where the central vat of the ooze, let's say, as the ooze level has dropped, it revealed two things. First, a sort of twisted, organic, maladapted version of Podham's power cage that is glowing and pulsing in the center of all of this ooze, seemingly channeling magical energy into it. And chained to that cage, in the middle of all this ooze, Rence's daughter, Truffle, whose eyes are glowing a shocking bright purple. When we officially left off, you were in mid-combat. Air, having taken a little too much punishment, had recently fallen unconscious. Freya, having been transformed by a powerful magical spell into a giant sea tortoise or sea turtle, was sort of flopping intentionally through the deepest parts of the ooze she could find, perhaps hoping for some sort of animated TV series spin-off at a later date. And Podham had just made it to the fight. Steel Defender charging ahead. So, where we pick this tense situation back up... Oh, I guess the last thing I should say is, though he is still hexed and cursed, Tentathian has vanished into thin air, though you have still heard his voice calling disdainful insults to you from different parts of the room. We pick back up at the top of the initiative with Pando in this round. Oh, the only other thing I should mention is I believe Freya before... I don't know if it was Freya or Pando. I'll have to go back and check. One of the two of you damaged one of the glowing pillars on the sides of this.
I just ripped everything.
Oh, that was okay. Yeah, you bear claw ripped out a bunch of the wires and cables and tubes from the one on the left. Correct. So the result of that was that the tube that Yarbo is in, the goo level has stopped dropping, but it is also, the goo is no longer glowing in that tube in the same way. It seems to be cooling off.
And Yarbo's on that side or this side?
Yarbo's on this
He is
side by
on
the
this side.
steel
That's-
defender.
That makes sense. Okay.
I think that's all the mechanical layer focused things that we needed to cover.
The half elf, didn't the half elf die when it came out of the thing? Or
The
is
half
he
elf
still
hasn't come
alive?
out. He's
Oh,
still
he hasn't come out.
He's
in
still
there.
alive. Both he and Yarbo are alive, awake,
Okay.
and look terrified.
All the
Right.
tree twiggy things have died.
All the tree twiggy things have died
Okay.
by your hand. Truffle in the central vat is conscious and standing, and eyes are open, but unlike the other two, does not look terrified or really lucid. Is just sort of staring with glowing purple eyes out ahead. So that's what's up as we start your turn, Pando.
I'm gonna come at Yarbo and smash open his thing. I'm assuming it's all glass around him.
Yep.
And I think that it's already somewhat cracked from.
I think I think
Did the
it's
steel
damaged.
defender-
Yeah,
attack it?
it hit it once.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, go for it.
I'm guessing he's here by the steel defender.
Yeah.
I would say for this, just roll a strength check
Okay.
with the bear's strength. I don't think the bear can miss this tube, so I don't think we need to do it.
It's not moving, and it's
Yeah.
So the bear's strength is 19 plus 4.
Did you run down initiative order and I missed it, or
I
will
didn't.
you?
So Pando's at the top, followed by Air, then Freya, then Potom.
How do I do a strength check for the bear? Because I can't do it on
Just
Pando's
roll a
sheet.
d20 and,
That's
and
it?
add the number. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can roll a real die.
Or
if you
yeah,
want.
roll that one or whatever. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
no, okay.
well.
Well, that's a really good roll. So, Pando runs up,
Dink.
and I think, I think this is as bear-like as it gets. I think your big bear arms wrap around this thing, the claws through the glass on different sides, and then catch on some of the metal bracings, and you just tear the front of this off and
So
throw
cool
it to
to
the
see.
side.
Yeah.
The goo comes pouring out all over the ground. It was really only about up to his waist at this point. Yarbo is secured in this thing, or was secured in this thing with sort of some straps. But I think with a natural 20, I think you rip enough of this away that he's barely contained anymore. And he's
Barely.
Barely.
and he's, though weak, you see him starting to like pull his restraints off and get himself free. That is your action. You still have plenty of movement, or I don't know if bears have bonus actions. I would assume not.
I don't see a bonus action.
Yeah.
But if I still have movement, I'd like to head toward the direction of the half elf.
Okay. Yep.
I'm guessing they're at the other side.
Yep. Just opposite. The opposite.
And like my
to-
bear goal. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What's her
Truffle?
name? Truffle.
Yep.
Potom yells out, "Get Truffle out!"
Okay. I don't think I have another action though, right? So it would just be like
Right,
running
you can
toward.
move
Yeah.
toward.
But I can move toward.
Yep.
Sure. All right, so right where you end up is near one of these large panes of glass,
Yeah.
but it's also right by that iris that Tentathian shoved his arm
Kind
in
of looks
earlier.
inside.
It's closed, so you can't look at it.
Come on.
Okay, so that is your turn, Pando. Very good. Next up is Air. Air, you on your turn get to make a death saving throw. 10 or higher
Yeah.
is a success.
I'm trying to remember if this is a good D20 or not. 15.
15. That is a good one. All right, so take yourself a success.
But I don't get to
then-
do anything.
You don't get to do anything.
I just sit there.
You just get to sit there and
Look pretty.
try
Oh,
not
okay.
to bleed out.
Try not to bleed out.
Next up. That's fun.
Oh, God.
Um,
When the DM smiles.
and we'll get to that in a second. So next up, you see Truffle.
I swear to God, if I die.
You see
Welcome back,
Truffle
Dad.
in this chamber
Guess you should
Um,
come. No.
move for the first time since she's been revealed by this ooze. The ooze is again about at her waist level at this point, and you see it doesn't look like a voluntary movement. It looks like a bunch of her muscles suddenly spasm, and she sort of like her spine curls, her arms curl up, one jabs out to the side in an awkward way, and if anything, the glowing purple lights from her eyes flare for a moment. That's all. Freya, it's your turn. You are a sea turtle.
I
You
have like 10 feet of movement, don't I, or something like that? 5.
Flap, flap.
Yeah.
But
flap,
it's
flap,
adorable
flap, flap, flap.
movement.
It is.
You are maybe the most adorable of all of us right now.
Right. Majestic.
Uh-huh.
In the goo.
At home in the goo.
Flippity flopping around. Yeah, you have a 5 foot movement on land,
Okay.
and you have a bite attack.
Oh.
If you wants to bite something.
Yeah.
Do you want to move?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
How many hit points does she have?
That's a good question.
I'll
you don't
move
know.
right there. You know, are there any cords within reach that I could reach down to just try to bite a
Yeah,
cord?
you're right by a cord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'll just try to bite a cord. Why
All
not?
right. Do it. Roll an attack. Your bite attack is a +4.
I love it. Even as a little
Just,
sea turtle.
like
you
unarmed
wanna
strike.
help.
Yeah,
I
just
do
roll
like
a
that.
d20 and add 4.
Oh, okay.
There's no save. There's no ongoing save for this. There's
There
just-
is.
19.
Oh.
23.
She's just failed it every time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
No,
Actually, no.
there is no
Polymorph,
save.
there is no save.
Polymorph, there's no
That's
save.
a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So
Yeah.
with your razor sharp turtle beak, and your predatory instincts as a sea turtle, you chomp into one of the big pieces of cabling running along here, and roll a d4, please.
I don't know if I'd rather be a sea turtle or unconscious.
I mean, but she can at least snip, snip. Some little
It's
thing.
the 5. It's the 5 feet of
A one.
killer.
You do 3 points of piercing damage to the cable, which is not enough to sever it, but it is enough to get through the insulation and be jolted with the full force of the magical energy that's being channeled through it.
Good.
So you are going to take some electrical damage, some lightning damage here. 6 points of lightning damage. Now, as a sea
No,
turtle,
you don't have to do anything there.
as a sea turtle, you have 5 hit points.
Oh.
What?
Plus, well, I guess
Which means-
plus 5 temporary hit points.
Uh,
Or does
Which-
that spell still not take effect?
No, no, the heroism spell is not working on her sea turtle form.
Okay.
You
I
take
tried.
6 points of damage, which means your turtle form drops,
Yay!
and
I was wondering
Freya
if that was maybe
reappears.
gonna
Yay!
happen. I was
She's
wondering if that was maybe gonna happen.
You hear kind of
Or
like
we'll
a
just
growl,
keep it right now.
excited yip
Oh my
from the
gosh.
bear.
And Freya's like, woohoo!
And from somewhere in this laboratory, you're unsure where, you hear fiddlesticks. Mm,
Son of a cookie maker.
as someone is disappointed with that outcome.
Let's see here.
You do still have movement remaining and a bonus action
Sweet.
if you would like. On
Yeah,
your
I'm going straight over to the little half elf, our half elf friend, and I can. How does my charge work again? Could I use that as my as a charge and then I have a bonus action. Can I do a melee attack as a bonus action?
You cannot.
Even with my charge?
In order to use your charge, you need to have moved in a
Nah.
straight line for a while.
10 feet
No,
or something?
just 10 feet in a straight line as part of the charge. The
Okay,
last 10 feet.
So I guess you could loop around.
I loop it around.
Use that. All right, you're gonna charge the tube.
Yeah, I'm charging the tube
All right,
as
make your attack.
I like that image where you're like facing the
19.
tube and you're like, I'm going to turn away from the tube.
Right.
All right.
In order to attack the tube.
I just have.
You
I'm
just
like.
back up the forklift. Get a good line on it. Okay, here we go.
I just had this like pent
I
up
got this,
energy
you
from
guys.
being a sea turtle that I was
Okay,
like,
okay.
ah.
All right, well that hits. Do your charge
Your
damage.
11.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's plenty. You smash through the glass. It's not as clean an exit as your friend the bear created, but you do smash open the front of this and put a hole in it big enough that the goo starts to drain out, and that this there's a hole big enough to get the half elf out. He's still restrained in there and can't get himself unlatched from this. So if you want, on your next turn, you could use your action to get him free. But at least right now, he's not anymore covered in goo, and he can breathe normal air or whatever. But he's not free, but his tube is open. All right, next up, it's Potom.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that to air?
Stairs head.
Perfect.
Okay, there we go.
Cure wounds on air. 4.
Thank God.
You're very dramatic for this first round. That isn't even complete yet.
Air's not used to being on the floor like this. This is a new experience for her.
6 points of healing.
Okay. Nice. I'll take it.
All right. Air's eyes flutter open and look up at you from
Where am
the
I?
ground.
You are fixed.
Well,
You're gonna have to use your healing potion for the rest of it. And what do I get for bonus actions? Ooh, can't cast 2 spells in 1 round. That doesn't work.
Unless it's a cantrip.
It's not a cantrip. Well, not a cantrip. Okay, I would like to. As a bonus action, can I try to detect where the voice was coming from? Fiddlesticks was coming from?
Yeah, I'll let you make a perception check.
Great.
And just try to do that.
Oh, come on. 12. It was almost a 16.
Well, because he's invisible, I rolled at advantage and rolled 2 natural 20s.
Oh, goodness.
So he's really hidden.
You're really not sure, I think is the answer.
I'm not even sure he's still
Could
here.
be
He might have
anywhere.
just left.
It might have been more confusing.
Guys, it might be fine. I think he might have just left. Let's just clean it up and go home.
I don't even think he's here anymore.
He'll make himself known, I assume. If we just keep damaging his shit.
Definitely Red's line of, I don't think we should have to really do this.
We could just go.
Okay, that's Potom's turn. Potom, to the exocomp. Get him out of here. To which I'm sure the exocomp will scoop up Yarbo. 1, 2, 3. Nope, it's not the smart way. Let's go this way.
As the crow
Are
flies.
there actually crates and things here to?
Yeah, I'm unsure whether the exocomp can use
Scale
those
up.
to climb.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rushing. Does he have? Yeah, he can rush.
I don't see why not, right?
Let me just make sure that we're playing by the rules.
Oh, those pesky rules.
I think that he's.
It seemed like an odd limitation. I don't think.
It doesn't say that he can. Actions. Doop, doop, doop. It doesn't say that he can,
DM.
but
I
it
mean-
doesn't say that he can't.
Yeah, you can dash.
Okay.
I think he's dashed it in previous situations.
I can't imagine why
four, five,
he wouldn't
six,
be able to
seven,
dash.
eight.
Because all dashes is using the time you would spend on an action to just
run,
keep
yeah,
running.
yeah.
Right.
So it's not like dash is like
A special ability or something,
I'm
yeah.
super fast. It's just instead of doing other stuff, I'm gonna focus
I'm
on
gonna- yeah.
running. I'm not
Okay.
gonna stop and swing a sword.
Yeah.
So yep. All right. So he's got Yarbo. The Steel Defender has Yarbo in its hands, and is racing up in the direction of the stairs. Very good. All right. Next in the initiative order is Estroth Tentathian.
I don't think I can get up. Can
No,
I?
that's his
Oh,
action, right?
yeah.
He's
That's right.
prone.
Yeah.
Tentathian. And he's really strong.
He
Um,
stabs himself.
Tentathian trips and hurts himself.
Impales himself on his own wall.
Yeah. Tentathian. Oh shoot. Oh, that's good.
I hate wizards.
Yeah, I'll come back to this particular action because I need to do some research to decide about it first. But I think instead,
That's a bad sign.
he is going to say, you're going to hear him call out from somewhere in the room. I will thank you to not be removing my test subjects prematurely. And he will fire off a magic missile. He's going to he's going to upcast that at
What does upcast mean?
third
Just makes it more
level.
powerful by
Okay.
spending a.
Um,
Oh shit.
he's going to do that at third level. So that's 3, 4, 5 magic missiles. And all of them are flying at the Steel Defender. So it's 3, 6, 10, 13. He's rolling really well. 17 plus 5. That's 22 points of force damage to the Steel Defender.
The Steel Defender scatters to bits.
Oh Jesus!
And Yarbo falls to the ground.
Oh, our sweet Steel Defender.
Spelled another one. Sucks though.
He is
Needed that thing.
still not visible.
Can we tell where the force blast came from?
That's a good point. Everybody who wishes to, well, Air's conscious now. I'm gonna say, not Pando,
Because I'm a bear.
because you're a bear and you're facing the wrong way. I think. Everybody else can make a perception check.
Let's do it.
You do need to make it at disadvantage because he is invisible. So this is, did you happen to be looking at the right spot when these magic missiles popped out of the air? And start-
15.
13.
One second. That's what I'm looking for. Skills. Oh, never mind. I don't even. Oh, well, I rolled one here and rolled one here.
You
and it's a
rolled
nat
the one
20.
on your phone first.
Yeah, but it's a
But
it's a
it's a
disadvantage anyway.
Disadvantage anyway. So.
Damn it.
Dang.
So a solid one. A 15 actually is enough to
Ooh.
get some information here. So you don't know for sure, but your best guess is that Tentathian is somewhere around here. It came from higher up. So in this area, he's somewhere up here.
Oh, and he's in that wine cap because he's hexed.
Yeah.
You did that.
Oh,
yeah.
but he's not hexed anymore because I'm incapacitated.
Way to be honest.
And not cursed either.
What? Some kind of rules lawyer? So this won't represent bad magic, but in this area somewhere,
Okay.
that's the direction you saw them come from as they arced towards your steel defender.
He's over there.
Well, he was 5 seconds ago.
It turns out to be relatively convenient timing for you to yell that, because next in the initiative order, you see the large and very hairy and enraged form of a werebore charging down the stairs and around the corner, and hearing you and seeing where you're pointing, he just begins swinging wildly with his huge spear, that 10-foot long wicked spear that he had been sort of vaguely threatening you with the entire time up top, as he loudly calls the name of his daughter. So he is going to make a multi-attack here. With his weapon at disadvantage, because he doesn't actually know where this is, where Tentathian is. The first attack, 13 is the lower, but plus 5 to hit. That will hit. And then the second attack is a 9, so that will miss. But his spear does make contact with something invisible near him. You see a spray of blood as he does 10 points of slashing damage.
Good on.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you. Crazy boy.
And then he looks down at the vault or at the large vat and just yells out, "Get my baby out of there!" Pando, you're up.
I'm gonna get his baby out of there.
Do it.
I'm doing.
So if I am just like trying to, crash open the glass, is that actually like my bite and my claw, or is that a strength check again?
For this, that pane of glass has hit points, so I am gonna
So
have
I'm
you
attacking it.
actually attack it. Yeah, just let's do
Cool.
it as attacks.
Okay. You have a D8
Oh, yeah.
and a D6.
You're gonna have to roll attacks first too, though. Because
Right.
Yes.
It also has an armor class. You gotta hit it at the right angle to do any
I'm gonna
real
hit
damage
it.
here.
16.
16 will hit.
Yay.
Okay, so then I do my bite.
I'm gonna
It's actually,
Wipe this glass.
narratively, I think this is more like a headbutt.
yeah, it would have been
or
plus 6
something.
plus 6 to
Or
hit
like
anyway. So
crashing your
22.
body against it, perhaps.
Pando just
This is
licking
what I
your
miss
glass.
when you're gone. By the way, it's a 22 because it's a plus 6 to hit.
That's much better.
I forget
Yeah.
things.
Still hits.
No, it really hits.
Now it's super.
Now
hit.
It's
Now-
for real.
Hit even
So-
more hittier.
And it looks cool.
So
before it
5
just
plus
hit.
4, 9. But don't you have a different? Or is that only if it crits?
That's only if it crits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
9.
9. Okay. Is that your only attack?
Nope.
Keep it going.
Ugh.
Plus
But
6
I can
again.
still do the plus 6,
Yep,
right?
So 13.
So 13, and then
13 does not hit.
and then
This re-
And did you not hear me? And then
I was saying, and then.
Ooh, the headbutt knocked you silly.
Okay, so total damage 9.
I just pet it.
I think what this looks like is Bear Pando charges forward and just like rams the glass. She saw what Freya did, and she's like, "Yeah, I can do that." And a splintering sort of spiderweb of cracks runs through this pane of glass, but it holds up and then you slam your paws against it a couple times, but that doesn't seem to
Okay.
really have the same impact that your initial blast did. Anything else you want to do? Or can do?
I don't think there's anything else that I can do.
Very good. Then we're on to Air. Air, you are conscious on the ground looking up at your savior, Bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. And it takes movement to get up, right?
Half your movement.
Half my movement to get up.
Yep.
I would like to do that.
Go for it. Also, just to be clear, not everybody chooses this option.
Mhm.
Even experienced D&D players don't often, but you don't have to get up. You
Right.
could remain prone and use your movement.
Just
There's
crawl in.
yeah, you just scuttle around.
Well,
right?
Air has dignity, so.
There are advantages and disadvantages to being prone, right? There are
Are there-
times when being prone is great.
Are there,
Being prone makes it harder to hit you.
I was going to say, yeah.
with ranged weapons, but
Right.
easier to hit you with melee weapons. Being prone sometimes gives you advantage of cover depending on what's between you and
Right.
whatever's firing at you, that kind of thing. So I think sometimes the default is like, well, I just right away get back up, but that's not always
Yeah.
useful. Just for
I mean,
those
'cause
who
you-
haven't played as much.
You could, because you could cast something from the ground.
I
Can't
could.
you? As your action.
Laying on your back.
Yeah.
Just
pew pew pew.
I kind of like it, like use
Eldritch
that.
Blast.
Just bang, bang, bang.
And just some clarification. So, doing Magic Missile did not break invisibility. And being hit by a
He's now
object
cast.
didn't get,
Tentathian has now cast multiple spells while
Right.
invisible.
and being hit by a giant club or a spear does not break invisibility.
Did not break his invisibility. Oh, but he
this
did need
point-
to roll a concentration check.
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
there was something. I was like, what
Yeah,
was it?
yeah. Thanks for that.
I was like, there's gotta be...
Never leave us
Sounded
again.
awfully sarcastic. Yeah, thanks for that.
I know. We need you.
He took 10 damage, so it'd just be the minimum. Oh, he just saved.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
He rolled a 10, which was the lowest thing he could roll and still save.
Blast him anyway.
I don't think I can target him really. But I can shoot at this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move half my movement. What? Sorry. What?
She's got it. She's got it.
Okay. If you think so.
I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's a giant glass case.
Yeah. No. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I am worried about the wizard.
I don't feel like. Okay.
He's scared.
1, 2, 3. I'll move my last 3 towards the direction of the wizard. At when I saw Podham's face reaction change when I started to move that way.
Just kidding.
There we go.
That's right.
Him off the board.
Oh, we should have a little Yarborough.
Do we have a deer in here? Do we have any deer?
Ooh, I actually think so.
Oh, that would be a good one.
There's a moose.
That's
Maybe that's what I was
deerish.
thinking.
It's close
Yes.
enough. Here, put a dead moose down there. He's not dead, but he's
A
He was
totally
dropped to the
alive
ground.
moose.
he did fall.
And now Air is going to 1 cast Blur
Okay.
and 2 cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And can I target the invisible?
Is one of those a bonus action?
Nope.
Because you can cast those 2 spells if you have enough time.
Yeah. Oh,
One's a
actually, wait, let me.
cantrip, but-
Yeah, no. I know that was the last thing. I was like, oh no, it's a cantrip, so no problem. No, just Hex and Misty Step are bonus actions. Okay, Blur it is.
Where it is. All right, very
Oh
good.
wait, no, but bonus. Oh no, but I don't. Never mind. I was gonna say I could use my bonus action to use an item.
Could you use Misty Step toward
You
that
can
direction?
use your
and
bonus
then-
action to take a healing potion.
Yeah, but I don't have a healing potion on me.
Oh.
Unless I did and I just didn't add it to my character sheet, but I suppose I should
I am.
play based on my character sheet.
I agree with that.
So yeah, so Blurred is not using Misty Step because I have very few spell slots.
That's what we learned
Yes,
when you were gone.
it's what warlocks are like, unfortunately.
Yeah. But all
Yeah,
you need
that's
is
it.
a nap to get him back. So it's kind of a
Right.
Yeah, the trick is
trade-off.
is convincing the rest of your party to take naps.
right in the middle of a combat.
Yeah. Well, that's my very unexciting turn then.
Hey,
No,
but you're
that-
not
that-
dead,
That helped.
and you're slightly less likely to be dead because you're blurry.
I think it's the best defensive spell. I
All right.
have.
Next up in the initiative order is Truffle. Truffle, who's going to roll a saving throw,
Wow, I need to get like a.
and fails again.
Mm.
Yeah, it just got real fun. Truffle's body contorts again and starts to expand
No.
and pulse as
You told me the bear has it.
as her flesh starts to ripple, her limbs seem to stretch, and then suddenly it's like her bones disappear as her body sort of turns into more of a glob of organic matter
Yeah.
that sinks down into the goo
No.
until something inside the vat finishes the job that Bear Pando started, and smashing out of the glass is
Oh,
a
great.
hideous amalgamation of flesh covered in tentacles, eyeballs, and toothy maws, to use a Matt Mercer favorite. All of the there's like 20 plus mouths over the surface of this thing, and all of them are screaming in what sounds like a young female voice. There's patches of hair here and there, but mostly this looks like stretched out, previously burned skin, like the where it grows back after a burn, like shiny. There are wet, fleshy tentacles that look like they're covered in mucous membrane. There's no obvious eyes on this thing, and it sounds like it's screaming in pain as it has just shattered through this glass. It's now bleeding from some cuts as it pushed its way out, and it's bad. It's ugly.
Don't know what to tell you guys. It's pretty ugly.
It's pretty ugly. It's pretty bad. Side note for the purists in the room: that mini is not a perfect representation. That mini is called a carrion crawler, which is another awesome monster that you're not actually fighting here
Okay.
right now. But it's the closest thing to the like abomination
Is it large?
that It is large. Yeah, it is. It's definitely bigger than Truffle was.
Mhm.
2-3 times her mass. So it looks like this thing has. I would say, Pando, you're close enough to see this right
Anna
away.
just tinkled herself.
Some of the little cuts where this thing has been slashed by the glass as it pushed its way through.
Yeah.
It's spurting out not what you would think of as blood. It's this ooze. It's like puffy with this ooze,
Mhm.
like it sucked a bunch of it inside of
It's very
itself.
swollen, very
Swollen. It's tumescent with ooze.
Is
inflamed.
this the same? Sorry for the sidebar, but is this the same ooze that was in that tree?
Yep.
Same.
Same.
Okay.
Same. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about this. We've at different times described this ooze, I think just because we were forgetful, or I was, as both purple and pink.
Yeah.
And I've decided we were both right. We
Yeah.
were all
There you
right
go.
the whole time. The ooze that was covering the twig blights and in the tree was much closer to a shade of purple. This is much closer to a shade of pink.
Being like closer to the source, sort of thing.
More like closer to animal versus vegetable.
Oh,
So
okay.
the ooze's
Okay.
influence on fauna seems to pull a more pinkish color out, whereas with flora, more purple.
Okay.
That's a level of insight you probably don't take away in the heat of battle.
But
Maybe
we're
more
correcting-
later,
yeah.
assuming you survive, like on reflection, you're like, I wonder why someone's picking something
The
through.
VH1 pop-up video of
Right.
the game.
Interesting fact about ooze.
It's to set the lore straight.
Yeah. Just in case somebody out there is making a wiki about this,
Yeah,
I want to make sure it's on the record. But that
I
is
need
the
so many emails about it.
We
so
could
many
find
emails.
out how
Oh my
many
God.
pop culture references we make in this game. There'll be a list in the wiki.
I honestly, it's my dream that somebody would make a wiki of the campaign and like keep better notes than me, so I could,
Oh, you're
so
right.
I could just use the wiki
Yes.
as my resource and be
Yes.
like, oh yeah, I totally know that guy's voice cues. Hang on, I know how to make this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
voice because somebody recorded themselves doing it. I'll just listen to them. That's what I dream AI will do for us someday. All right, that is the Abomination's action, however. So that is the completion of its turn. Its arrival onto the scene in all of its gelatinous, fleshy glory. And now it's Freya's turn.
Oh, there's so many
It's
things.
just flopping around.
Right.
Yeah, could I have like 9 actions because there's so many
The
things.
There's a
Make it-
lot
make it
going
quick.
on.
Yeah, there's
a
so
lot
many
going
things
on
I
right
want to do here. You know what I am gonna? I hate to do this, but I'm gonna use as my action just to free the half elf.
Okay.
Free the bonds of the half elf, and with fingers crossed that he has some wherewithal to be able to help us too.
Sure. I'll even give you, I would say, you can not only like unlatch him from these restraints, but physically pull him out of this tube and
Okay.
set him on his feet.
Okay.
If you're going to use your action for
Yeah,
it,
I'm
that's
going to.
totally fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do for my action, and then.
Or alternatively, if you just want to like unstrap one arm and leave him to his own devices, I'll let you do that as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna
Okay.
just unstrap one of, unstrap him once.
Yeah. So you basically reach out and tear the restraint off of his right wrist
Okay.
and leave him.
I am going to then move this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I was like, oh, what did I do? So my question is, so like, how far does my javelin throw? That's 120 feet. I can throw a javelin, right? I
If
think.
it says 120
what does
by
that mean?
range,
What does that mean?
Yeah. 120 would be its max range.
Okay, 120
Its
is
effective
max.
range is 30.
all right. So if you're throwing it further than the effective range, you attack at disadvantage.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to try to throw it at Tentathian, you're at disadvantage anyway. So there's no such thing as double disadvantage.
Okay, I was gonna say, is
So it
there
kinda
double
doesn't-
disadvantage?
It kind of doesn't
I have to
hurt.
roll
You're just
4 times.
chucking it on a wing and a prayer
No, that's
anyway.
what I might as well. I'm gonna check it in the direction that I saw the blood spray.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
And at disadvantage, unfortunately. So, ooh,
I just realized.
27
27 is very good. Let's see
Yeah.
what
That
you
was a
really
natty
rolled.
20.
and 11.
Oh,
Damn
no.
it!
That was a natty 20.
I know
so
it was a
good.
natty 20. It was so good.
Yeah, disadvantage sucks, right?
It does.
Unfortunately, that does not
It
hit.
doesn't
So
hit.
your javelin
Well,
clatters down.
That's fine.
The good news is 11 is high enough that I'm not gonna roll a hazard die or a luck
For-
die to
for
see
a-
if it hits your friend.
no, I'm good.
But it does not seem to draw blood
I
from
was
the
worried about
invisible
that, but-
wizard. Anything else on your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else.
All right, very good. Then next we're going to go to Potom. Going to Potom here in the order. Potom, what's the plan?
Bottom casts enhance ability on himself.
Okay.
Giving himself Fox's cunning, and I have advantage on investigation checks.
Excellent.
Bottom scans the room. He is now looking for drips of blood coming from nowhere. He is
Hypervigilant.
honed in.
Okay.
Let's hope. That was the plan anyway. With that, might do with a 21.
Sweet.
Okay. Re-rolling his stealth check with advantage. Tentathian does not roll a 21. In fact, not even close.
He rolled a 28.
So I rolled a 36.
Oh my god.
No, that's not true. No. And so, though he is not visible to you, you spot. Let's see. You spot some drips of blood falling over the edge of the raised. What would we call this? It's not a balcony, but you know.
No, the living quarters.
Yeah. So
mezzanine.
the level above the living quarters that you had so carefully explored before, looking for useful items, where you found the cool wine cellar and the packaged foods and all that. You see from up above some blood dripping down, and you watch a drip fall. So you're pretty sure you've got him dead to rights here, though he is still invisible.
Now pat him with his hand on Air's shoulder so they can both look right down his finger. There.
Okay.
And I don't believe I have a bonus action. Bonus. No, because both of those are spells. Good.
Okay.
And we don't have any Steel Defender. Shall I yield the floor?
Does Yarbrough get a turn?
Mm-hmm. He does. And in fact, we'll do that right now. Yarbo stands up and runs.
Yarbo knows a healing, right?
Yeah, Yarbo casts greater
Healing circle.
healing circle. Empowers all of you.
Healing word there.
Nope, Yarbo's just running away, or as quickly as he can, trying to make his way to the exit.
Where's
and
the exit?
now,
Back over there.
Yes.
This isn't a real exit or something.
No.
no, the exit
It's a
is here,
platform.
The one and only.
the one and only.
Okay.
Well, the reason we got down, because we came in through here, but we, except for Potom, all jumped off of there.
I see.
Okay, and now it is Tentathian's turn. What's the range on this? 30 feet. Okay.
He moves away from the spider.
Right. I know. Worried about that.
Tentathian is going to. I'm trying to think if any of you could hear it from this distance.
I have big ears because I'm half elf.
What's everybody's passive perception? Does anybody have a passive
Like
perception
10.
15 or higher?
No.
Do I look at pandas because it's not?
No, it'd be a
Where
bear.
how do I find that?
Oh, I guess
Oh,
it's 14.
so sorry,
Passive
13.
Mm-hmm.
I never looked in that tiny little
Nope.
area.
So none of you hear, but you don't hear the words.
I'm
but
sorry,
you,
what number were you looking for?
15.
Oh, yeah, no.
None of you hear the words themselves, but you hear Tentathian's voice, and he seems to be addressing Rents. He's talking to Rents.
Damn it, panda would have heard.
Rents is going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Natural
Charmed or something?
A natural 1.
Uh-oh.
Don't say things like that.
And then, it's Rentz's turn. Rentz is going to suddenly stop swinging his spear and he's going to turn and look out over the area here, and he's going to yell, "Truffle! My daughter!" And run at full speed towards his daughter.
Seems like a familial matter. I don't want to intervene.
He rolled a natural 1 on his...
No.
That's 2 natural 1s in a row for him. That's not good.
No, he's not thinking straight. I mean, he's
No.
Right.
That's a
Okay,
natural 1
check.
on his acrobatics check
Oh, jeez.
to jump down from there. So he's going to take 2 points of
Okay.
damage from
We all did
the
that.
stumble.
Yeah, we all did.
But unfortunately, that is his whole entire turn, as he just runs towards his daughter.
Makes sense for story. He's beside himself.
Pando Bear,
Yeah.
your turn.
I'm obviously going to try to bite and claw what just came. I know it's his daughter, but I don't think it's his daughter anymore. Like, I think we're beyond that.
There's no going back.
I don't judge.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Murder.
That's what,
Maybe.
but that's what Panda thinks.
Murder
So
things.
that's
Okay.
what she's doing.
You can always get another daughter, right?
Make more.
I'm just,
It's easy.
that's literally what Panda would do if a giant, like, monster thing came out
No.
next to her.
Air would totally slash
And
that thing.
yeah, and she's a bear now, so, like, it's just instinctual. Okay. 4, so
Plus 6.
10.
10 hits. This thing is a big, sloppy
Lumbering,
mess of flesh.
yeah.
It is
Okay.
literally a giant, oozing flesh bag.
Ugh.
Yep.
Easy to hit.
You bit it good.
I did. And I was like, "Bleh."
You didn't enjoy the biting, but you bit it good.
Sorry, I need an 8. There we go. An 8.
This is it.
I will never have that down. 8.
8 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
$16.
16 hits.
Mm-hmm. It looks like 6.
You know what D6.
You'd be surprised. I really don't. I play once a month, and then it dumps from my brain.
Played Monopoly
You've
before,
been
though.
able
10.
to count to 6, presumably, since
10
you were like
points.
3.
Correct.
10
I'm just
points
saying,
of
looking
piercing
at it,
damage?
I'll never memorize it. It's not staying here.
10 points of piercing damage?
Yep.
Nice. All right. So this thing gloops its way out of the containment, and immediately the bear that is Pando rips into the side of it, tearing out huge chunks of flesh, gobbets of oozing gelatinous materia
It's
just
nasty.
flying about, spattering about, and gallons of this pink ooze are gushing out of the side. Yeah, and the thing shrieks again at the top of all of its mouths, lung capacity, whatever that is. It's a hideous sound. You gonna stay there?
Yes.
Okay, Air, your turn.
Air listens to the small creature next to her, and casts Eldritch Blast in the direction down the short stubby
Down the
arm.
sight line. Okay. Roll an attack at disadvantage.
I just want to double check what my plus is to this. Okay.
Get that wizard.
Ooh, I don't know. That's kind of a cocked die, isn't it?
That looks cocked to me.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't even know
No.
what ruling I would even get for that. Well, 14 plus that's 22.
That's with disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah.
You rolled it twice.
Natty 1.
no, it's 7. Thank God.
7.
15.
15.
15. So you fire off your blast, and Potom, you immediately, as you see the blast fly off, are like elbow air, like, what the hell? Because it's not really where you were pointing. It's more like over here or back here somewhere, Like, it's definitely not on target to where...
It's the short, stubby arm. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's not to where you were pointing. But that actually turns out to be good news, because the wizard is not any longer standing where you thought they were standing, because the initiative order is not your friend.
Delay your action.
And though your Eldritch Blast makes contact with something invisible, unfortunately what it hits is an invisible magical shield that appears just in time to protect Tentathian from your attack as he casts the shield spell.
I was gonna say, when you say invisible shield, or you actually mean shield?
Literal shield spell.
Well, we made him burn a spell slot. You gotta look at the bright side of things.
That's true. It's resource management.
Does
Yeah.
it cause any kind of like a light or something visible when it hits the invisible shield?
Yeah, so like
Shimmer?
you see the impact.
Yeah.
You see the impact of this. So right now you Air know where he is
Mm-hmm.
for now.
Well, Air's
so
gonna.
only Air can see it?
Only Air saw this. Maybe Potom did. Although the angle might be rough for you. Lift me up!
So frustrating.
It is frustrating.
So darn frustrating.
Alright, so Air's going to start moving towards the staircase, it looks like. And next up in the initiative order is the abomination formerly known as Truffle. The first thing that on the first part of this thing's turn, the screams coming out of all of its mouths have now risen to a level of ferocity and chaos that it starts to affect some of you. Pando and Rents and Potom, you are all in range. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
This
Oh man, Rents.
would be magic.
It is not magic. It is just really terrible, very loud screams. Or heart-rending, terrible screams.
7.
I don't know how to do it with a bear. So 13 plus 1 and I rolled an 11. My wisdom.
Okay. You save.
Okay.
So I think probably because half of your bear head is
Furry.
buried
You only-
in the flesh of this creature. Like you're just
Two.
And she only
I
has
like
one
it.
ear.
yeah, that's right. So roll all these sorts of things at advantage. However, the incoherent, terrifying screaming affects both Potom and Rents in a significant way. You are disoriented, confused, and sort of you will act erratically until the end of your next turn. You cannot take reactions until your next turn, and on your turn, we will be rolling a d8 to see what you do as you are confused.
This is not going well.
It's actually better than last time.
The other
No one's a
thing,
sea turtle.
yeah, I mean it's turned around. None of you are down or a turtle right
Yeah.
now.
Improvement.
The other thing that it's going to do, though, is make its bite attack towards... It's going to turn and try to bite the bear.
Makes sense.
That's an 18 to hit. Does that hit?
I guess
I have
it
an
is.
armor of 11.
Definitely hits.
It's furry.
Where's my dice calculator?
We can kind of use your spell ability anyway right now.
But one hit and I'm dead.
Are you...
Like Panda's so squishy.
is the bear medium size or large size?
Large.
Large size.
Mhm.
Okay, well that's good news.
Large
for
beast,
you.
unaligned.
I don't have to line. So to describe how this bite lands, this thing doesn't have one big mouth that reaches down to bite you. It basically launches its mass at you,
Mm-hmm.
and engulfs as much of you as it can, and then a dozen mouths at once bite into
That's
the
the stuff
flesh
of nightmares.
of this bear, doing 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay. I'm still up, but
And because you are a
I haven't-
large boy, you are not knocked prone.
okay. And I still have 9 hit points as a bear left.
Okay, yeah, you're hanging in there. Then it's a good thing there's a bear next to this thing when it came out. 'Cause this attack is bad. First of all, it rolled low on its damage, which was lucky. But the attack is bad, but it's much worse if you're little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freya, you're up.
I think she's been debating. I think that she's just gonna. She could see the Eldritch Blast, though, right? The direction that it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody except
It's-
Pando at this point has a vague idea of where the wizard is. Like, you
Okay.
lobbed your spear in that. Y'all know he's on this side of the room. You know he's on the upper level, or at least was most recently.
How high is it to like get up here for
It's
me?
10 feet.
It's 10 feet.
You
Oh,
could-
she jumps.
Oh,
She can
I'm
jump
an
10
idiot.
feet.
You have a 10-foot vertical leap.
Yeah.
She's
No.
amazing.
Now, I'm not questioning that she can get up there. But let's not
leaping.
let's not call it a leap. She could definitely climb up some of those crates and things, jump, catch the edge, pull herself up. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I'm highly confident that with
Dude.
a simple athletics check, Freya can get herself up there.
She could speak
It's not a
Minotaur.
10-foot vertical standing jump.
I think she does.
Also, I
She
believe it.
Leap, she cries
believes
in
in
It's
her
Minotaur.
built
heart.
into her character.
Go gadget
story.
leap. Go gadget
Yeah.
leap. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna dash here. Wait. Hold on. Where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hopefully.
Give me an athletics check to
You
see
got
if
it.
you make it up there with the last bit of your movement.
Oh, this is so frustrating.
17.
Yeah.
Not a problem. So
Oh,
you bound up,
exploding.
you
Okay.
bound up some of the shelving units and crates there, and throw yourself up to the top.
It is
And
magnificent.
a
as she flies through
magnificent
the air.
leap.
Yes.
Yeah,
She,
Her
and
scales blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
her cape is out. Her tail is
it looks
is
regal.
yes.
I think,
Her
yeah.
tail is
Oh,
out.
that's
Her
great.
tail is helping her to navigate.
You
her
almost
landing.
hear the cry of an eagle
Yes.
from a distance.
Right.
I have the
Which
tiger
actually,
starts playing.
she still isn't raging right now. We shouldn't have probably
That's
pointed that out.
Fine.
Yeah.
What use is that for a barbarian?
Right. No. Nah.
All right,
Almost there.
Potom.
Well,
Any other tricks up
Um,
your sleeve?
Oh, sorry. Fun times. Potom. Roll a d8.
oh, that's right. Shoot. I also forgot about that. D8. 7.
7. On a 7,
When I have to roll a D8 for damage,
you make
all ones.
on a 7 you make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within your reach,
There's no one within reach, is there?
or does nothing if it can't make such an attack.
No.
I guess it doesn't say moves and then, so I'm not gonna make you attack Rents.
Great.
Oh, you're so considerate.
You so I think overwhelmed by the screaming, you just start flailing around with whatever melee weapon you have near to hand, but no one's there to hit. But that's it. That's your turn. And now it is Tentathian's turn.
I always forget.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had an action even.
In your action, you use dash.
I used dash, but then the bonus action. I can rage as a bonus action, which I forgot that it can be a bonus action.
I thought I heard you say I'm raging as a bonus action.
I thought so too, actually. I thought it in my head.
I thought I heard it as I
You
was
did.
sipping
I
my
I'm always
coffee.
raging.
Do you want to rage on that turn?
Could I?
Yes.
Yeah,
you
thanks.
can-
Thank
can-
you.
You can be raging.
Okay. Phew. I always have to remember to, guys, you can help me, if you can help me remember this, I have to add 2 points of damage to melee. I don't think it does it automatically for me. That 2 points of damage to melee
That's good.
attacks.
That's
Points is
good.
2 points.
Yeah, so just help me remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I never have done in a year and a
Yeah.
half.
But yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Think about all the damage you missed out on.
I did. Yeah, we should just
Start
win.
over.
We should just win right now.
Let's retcon it and say you
Yeah.
just beat him right
we
away.
just win.
Because
that's
2
a lot
extra
of
points.
stuff. Yeah.
2 extra points of damage
Yeah.
seems fair.
Over a year and a half. No.
All right. Tentathian is going to. He's still feeling pretty confident, I think.
Oh,
So he is going to.
this guy.
He's going to make a bit of a villainy exposition first. He's going to use his bonus action to villainous exposition. And he's going to call out from a spot that you can't see. Can't understand why lesser creatures like you resist the inevitable flow of progress. Don't you understand that what we are doing here is holy and just? We are trying to save the world, and in your feeble ignorance, you constantly get underfoot. There is a great evil rising in the west, and we are here to crush it. But you cannot see what needs to be done, defending these pitiful creatures. I alone do what must needs to be done. It's time to finish this. And that is when
We die.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the range on this? Oh, that's kind of a lame range. Okay, I'll do something else then. He can't get where he wants to get.
How about he reveals himself? Stop being such a
He
freaking
super
pansy.
doesn't do that. No,
Of course, he had to talk when Potham was confused.
he definitely doesn't do that. No, I think because he's not where he wants. He's not positioned where he wants to be right now. He is going to. He's going to speak to Yarbo, and he's going to say, "Son, I suggest you get back in your tube." And Yarbo's going to make a wisdom saving throw. It's a 16. He resists, actually. Good job, Yarbo.
Nah, I didn't like the
It's
two.
what hope does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And Yarbo actually pauses in mid-step for a second and seems to think about it, and then shakes his head and says, get out of my head, wizard!" and continues to run.
As he shakes his head, there's some purple goo that squirts out his ear.
Gross.
Does he run into the wizard?
He does not seem to run into the wizard. That is Tentathian's turn and Yarbo's turn. Finally, we have in the bottom of the order we have Rents. Rents is going to continue to run towards his daughter, as was suggested to him.
Does the half elf get a turn at all?
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, we
reminder.
need.
I didn't know if he had
we need
gotten
a little half elf
out.
up there.
Yeah, on his. Let's see.
He's actually the real bad guy.
Right?
It was
Twist!
him- it was him
He's
all
unleashed
along.
me. I'm twice the wizard.
I don't know. Here, that guy looks pretty elvy. All right. Yeah, so he would have happened earlier in the order. I'll put him on the same initiative order as Yarbo, actually. He uses his action to get himself out of his restraints and climb out of the tube. And then he will move 6 squares directly towards me.
and cast fairy fire to reveal the location.
That's not a cast. No, he is looks a little weakened and is just doing his best to escape in the chaos. He has one priority, it seems, and that is to
And it is escape.
GTFO. But meanwhile, Rents does make his way, the rest of his movement, make his way to his daughter.
Are we counting out, or should I just put him next to it?
You put him right next to him. And rather than attack, he just wraps his arms around her in a massive hug.
Power of love. That's the power of love.
Yep. Which in this campaign is a magic spell that transforms her back into her shape, and everything seems great.
Is that a joke?
It is a joke.
I was like, Panda's gonna like slow walk backwards. Like,
Should we have just been
sorry.
hugging those people? Is that-
She
Sorry
transforms.
for ripping open your back.
Yeah, she transforms back into Truffle, who's horribly mauled.
My bear.
It
Yeah.
does not have an arm.
Oh, this guy.
Panda's like, ooh.
No, we'll find out what happens to Rents in a minute, but it is now Pando's turn. You just got a toothy embrace by a big fleshy wall.
But love, remember.
Yeah,
Don't forget about love.
I don't love. But I am wondering, because I see this were guy.
Where Boar.
Yeah, yep,
putting
that's
his hooves
It's
around.
aware going, oh, I love you. So I am going to disengage from this fight because someone is now body hugging and I don't want to kill the werewolf by mistake. I would like to run in this direction toward the wizard because I'm hearing all of this kerfuffle, but I'm not involved in any way. So can
As
I
a
run?
reminder, when you exit the melee range of an enemy combatant, you open yourself up to an attack of opportunity. So
But she's being hugged.
she's not being restrained.
Restrained.
He just slammed himself up against this large wall of flesh that's covered in toothy.
I just don't want to
mouths.
hurt him.
Well, you can. If
She
you
can-
want to attack this thing, there's
can-
no danger of hurting him. This thing is real big, and you're on the other side of it. You can barely
Yeah.
see him. Imagine like he's hugging a rhino on one side, and you're on the other side
You're a
of said
bear.
rhino.
It's such a bad idea. Piano
Oh
is-
yeah, it's a terrible idea.
It's
It's
such
almost
a
like it
bad
wasn't
idea.
his original idea.
Okay, I'll bite its butt.
Okay, all right. Once
wanna
you
use
identify
these
a
'cause-
butt, you can do your.
I mean-
try.
Yes.
She could use disengage.
You definitely can. That's a good point. So mechanically, if you want, you can use.
I didn't
your
even know
action.
that was an option.
Oh, yeah, you can use your action.
It's
though.
a-
But you use your action, which is
But
Uses
can I
up your
still
action,
move?
But you can
Yeah.
still move.
Yep.
But then you can't do
So
anything else.
disengage lets you avoid.
I'm
an
going
attack
to do
of
that. I'm
All right,
going to
so
disengage,
disengage is
and I'm
your
going to
action,
move out. Yeah.
And then use
Thank
your
you.
movement.
I
How
didn't know
much?
that was an option.
How much movement does your bear have?
I just had to
500.
double check. the
500.
rules of disengage.
So you
No.
magically appear anywhere you like on the board.
40 feet.
All right, 8 squares. To get where you please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The squares are so much smaller.
They're very small.
They're
yeah,
so
it's
small.
a big place.
Yeah.
And I bite Pando, bite Bottom on the butt.
And they go,
I still want to get my bite.
hello. It's how I say hello as a bear.
Air, it's your turn.
Okay, well, this is the thing. I just remembered I have fairy fire. Only issue is that it takes
After we brought Fairy Fire up, I went to look if I had dumped it from my spell list.
I know I stashed this
It
for
really would
just
be
this
delightful
reason.
if 2 of you had fairy fire this whole time.
No.
Also, I feel a little bad if you had fairy fire and I was playing you that whole time and
You did
didn't
have fairy fire.
use
Yeah,
it,
yeah. I always had fairy fire.
I do feel a little bad about that.
Some kind of accommodations could show up in this round then.
The problem is though,
Sure.
fairy fire
I
takes.
kind of feel like Rents showing up when he did might have been an accommodation, but
Is that
who's to
helpful?
say?
I don't know.
maybe that was always planned.
Agreed. Is that helpful?
Yeah. The issue is,
He does seem to be a barrier to the fleshy wall of mouths right now.
Right.
And he did get the only hit on the boss that you've managed to land yet.
True.
So it feels like he's
He's
basically
participating.
doing
yeah.
the whole thing himself.
What was the caveat
Maybe
though,
you
to
could
your
help.
fairy fire?
I am helping.
Yeah.
I am helping. I just need people to have better shots.
The problem is that fairy fire takes concentration, and I'm already concentrated on blur. And the problem, I'm so scared to drop blur because I only have 6 hit points.
Oh, that's really good.
So,
Well, I mean, I am right behind you, and it is sort of my job to keep you up and going.
Okay.
If I can get rid of this confusion thing, and you could land a shot.
Yeah, I think maybe we hold fairy fire in reserve. The issue with fairy fire is it's a 20-foot cube, I think,
Hey, also have a sneaking suspicion that
which doesn't feel very big on this map.
that he is still holding the long-range probe, and we can see how accurate the tricorder
oh.
Should I pull it out?
is. Which, I mean, is just really the flavor to
You're good.
the spell that I
Mm-hmm.
is giving me advantage on my investigation.
Well, and
check.
I'm near Potom now too, so if Potom turns to me and is like, Pando, get out of that bear form, you need to heal, I could do that. I'm just very squishy and vulnerable, so I wouldn't stay in Pando form for more than a turn.
We are fighting a wizard, though.
I like
Air,
it.
what's
But
up?
I don't know what spells you think I have. I don't
Does
have
air-
anything powerful like
Thorn
his.
whip? I don't know.
Can I-
It barely did. I'm gonna have to thorn whip like 100 times for it to do something decent.
Can air
But don't you still have snarl? Or,
I have primal savagery, and I have flaming spear. I have
Did you ditch
Spear.
Entangle?
entangle, that's what I was trying to... Snare is what I was
I did
saying,
ditch.
but-
Oh no, no, it's in my first. It's in my first level.
Does air have any idea where he is?
Yeah, he's vaguely up here. Or that's the last.
More
So you-
specific than that.
Wait, you still have entangle?
Nope.
No, because here's
In
the
my
problem. The
first
same,
level. Yeah.
You have the same problem that Potom had, which is that Potom pointed out where he saw him to be,
Mhm.
but by the time you were able to take action on that,
Yeah.
he had had his turn and moved. So you don't now know where he is,
Yeah.
other than the last time you saw him, or the last time Potom thought he was there, he was right here. You managed to hit something here.
Yeah.
But since then, he's said something to Yarbo, made a villainy speech
Yeah.
about how you all suck and,
And
he's
Pando
doing God's work.
Yeah, and Potom is confused,
Yeah.
which is not helpful. And in 5e I can,
Potom's no longer confused, by the way.
That was
That
just
was a
a
one-turn
one.
effect.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Potom, okay. And in 5e I can ready actions, but I can't delay my turn. Right? So that's how that works.
Correct. You can ready an action instead of taking turns. So you can set up a conditional, like, if a thing comes within
But
my
it's
melee range,
restricted.
I will attack.
But it's restricted to an action. I can't
Yeah.
delay my whole turn to like move and do bonus actions, all that kind of stuff.
Nope.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna. It seems dumb. I feel like I should just. I guess I'll just move twice.
That's not so dumb.
I don't know. I only have 6 hit points. I feel like I could be back on the ground very quickly.
Teehee.
Yeah, why do you keep announcing that out loud to everybody?
Thomas is the most helpful player. He's trying to win the most helpful player award at the end of the season. And right now he's in the clear lead.
I like it better when you're gone.
No one points out technical disadvantages to
Oh, the
all
hex
of
curse
you.
thing? Gone.
All right. It is.
Oh yeah, these temporary hit points
Yeah.
are done by now.
It's the abomination's
Oh, they are?
turn.
I should have just attacked the
Oh, I thought
abomination.
it
It's
lasted
been-
for the whole thing.
No, it's.
Why was I
6
listening
rounds.
to this
There's
small
lots of
rock
options.
Who's
golem?
done that?
There's lots of
Rock
options.
gnome.
The abomination that is now being embraced by its dad is going to do what it does, and that is bite. It's going to bite dad.
Familial matter. I don't want to be involved.
Still has to make an attack.
Pando got out of there.
But that's That's,
kind of help us in the end.
that's a
Right.
natural 20.
Um,
I don't know if you all have seen the luck that Rents has experienced since he
Mhm.
landed a hit on an invisible wizard.
It's pretty sweet.
That was really lucky. But since then, he has rolled 3 natty 1s on saving throws against different magical effects.
Poor guy.
And his daughter turned abomination just rolled a nat 20 to bite
Not gonna go
him,
well.
which makes perfect narrative sense because he, by the suggestion of an evil wizard, wrapped her in a big bear hug, exposing his body to as many mouths as possible. And so all she did was just lean into that and wrap him up and give him a nice big hug. And it's going to be really bad, you guys. It's going to be really bad. Because my crit rules, as you may recall, are max damage
Right.
plus the normal damage roll, which means Rents is going to take 13 plus 30 damage.
Oh.
That's 43
Whoa.
points of piercing damage. Plus,
You know, we did what we could.
plus he's going to roll a
to be fair, he
strength
probably
saving
would have
throw.
tried to kill us after.
Oh, he
the
actually
daughter
made a
was
saving throw for the first time.
Oh, there
Good
you
job,
go.
Rents. So he doesn't get
He's
knocked
so
prone.
strong.
He remains in the hug. Just
dead.
fully
Remains in the
fully
hug.
in there. Wow, yeah.
If I were watching this, I'd
how
be
many
like,
squares away are you, Pando, from that creature?
4. Hang on. So I went 40 feet away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay. So you're out of range of this other thing. So
Phew.
that's fine.
30.
Well, but then it's going to use it on Rents. Okay, this is gross. So
It's like a balloon.
from the top of this mound, like a growth starts to swell out of the top of this mound. And at first it almost looks like a developing whitehead or pimple, but eventually it starts to look more cone-like, almost like a volcano before it erupts, until suddenly at the top a bulb swells and it kind of flings forward at Rents, and as it does, the bulb detaches and sort of this, it looks like a water balloon full of pus flies at Rents. It's about the size of a watermelon,
That's so nasty.
and it explodes on top of him in sort of a murky, milky fluid covers him. Potom and Pando, you're immediately hit by a smell from this, like a staggeringly bad smell, like sewage kind of a smell. It's bad. And Rents needs to make another saving throw. He fails with a 6. He collapses to his knees and starts vomiting uncontrollably, and he is incapacitated until the end of his next turn. Is that a critter?
Maybe a 7?
A little bit.
Yeah, like a little mothy something flying.
Feels appropriate.
Mayfly or something.
I
Neat.
can't actually tell.
I'd like to murder you. We'll get to that later.
Uninvited guest.
All right, so that's it for the family reunion.
It's the wizard.
It's we spotted him.
Oh, he went
Oh,
nuts.
he's so excited.
Now he's,
He
Uh,
responded
now
to
he's
that.
like,
He's
oh,
like,
they saw me,
oh,
they saw me,
oh,
they saw me.
Time to escape through this roof panel. I'm out of here.
Wish I was invisible.
Freya, it's your turn.
He'd actually
Where
invite you
are
to kill
you,
him.
you little
Move closer to you.
bastard?
Could I make a perception check just to see if I have any possible?
Oh, I opened the door for you. You could have lived up there for the rest of your life.
Which is likely just 12 hours or so. Oh, there he goes. There.
This is riveting podcast.
Right.
Free, what's the plan?
Could I roll a perception check just to see if there's anything that I can see, as
Yeah.
far as where
Just let the
this
cats
guy
sit
may
there.
be?
That was not hard.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, great.
Oh, no, actually, you don't roll at disadvantage. He rolls stealth at advantage.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a 4.
Oh, yeah. He's still invisible, and that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I just stick the
That's
cats. on
crazy.
the
That's
walls in my
crazy,
house.
man. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even see him.
They don't stand
How
a
did
chance.
he...
Not even a little bit.
How did he just disappear? It's wild.
Okay, I am going to.
Don't be mean.
I'm not. I'm just
Oh, you
saying,
should have been here last time.
just saying, like, he's super gone.
Are we not supposed to find? Are we not supposed to get him?
I'm gonna.
I don't railroad
dash.
you guys. We just roll dice.
I'm gonna dash this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Get out of my way,
5,
dear.
Stab,
5, 6.
stab Yarbo.
Just
No, I'm
tackles
not.
him to the
I'm
ground.
not.
Alright,
I'm
you're
gonna
position
I'm gonna-
yourself between Yarbo and
we just,
where
like,
you think
hold-
the
Yeah,
wizard-
where I think he is.
We both hold out our
And
arms
you
and
know
we're like,
what?
you can't.
Actually,
Get
do
through
I
us.
have
That's
to use
not
an
terrible.
action to grab my javelin that was there?
Your
yeah, you
javelin's
can
over
scoop
here.
up your
I
javelin.
just
I'm
scoop up
fine
my
with
javelin
that,
as
yeah.
I go.
We'll call that a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Well, so I just. Oh, well, I wanted to use a.
You used your action to dash.
I know, but I have a bonus action.
Oh, well then
Don't pick
When
up
I
the
dash.
don't pick up the javelin.
Don't
then.
pick up this
Okay,
javelin.
I'm not gonna pick it up. I am just gonna, because I think that I'm in the area of where he was. I'm just gonna try to swing my great axe and see if it hits anything.
There you go.
Okay, so this is your charge attack thing?
Yeah, my melee.
Go for
You're like, go for it. It's not gonna do anything. 12.
it. Roll again at disadvantage.
Oh,
You only get
doesn't
worse.
really matter. 21.
A 12 misses because he's not anywhere near you.
Okay, I figured. But, I might as well try an attack so I can keep raging.
It's good. Potom,
So we're just gonna both move
you
closer.
are no longer confused. The screaming has ebbed as this creature's mouths are mostly focused on eating Dad.
Well, as it was suggested last time, we're going to do the pull out the tricorder, really again focus, because I'm confident that he's got that tracking device on him. And I'll use all of my brain power again. But I'm going to hold it this time until Pando's turn.
Air's turn. Pando's turn? Air's
You're
turn.
gonna. Oh,
Well,
okay.
Panda goes
Oh,
Well, but I
right.
think
yeah,
I have
yeah,
to
yeah,
use
yeah.
my
order.
action to change out of wild shape.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't think you
Okay.
do, do you?
It doesn't.
I was reading it.
I mean, you can think about what you're going to do.
Sure,
but
sure.
I will. I mean,
You're holding.
I'm going to hold
Yep.
until it's our turns, not.
So what is the action you are holding?
I am holding my super investigation check. Right, investigation at advantage. I am going to find him again.
Got it. I'm gonna give you something for free here.
Okay.
Because if narratively, if your super investigation check in your mind is based on the idea that the tracking device is helping you find this guy, as soon as you switch your tracking device on again, it is pointing directly at that center vat and the cage that's embedded inside of it.
Oh. Well, I mean,
So whatever got shipped to him that contained this thing. Oh wait, it was a coin,
it's
right?
a coin. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, sorry, I got lost in my own canon. Yeah. Yes, your assumptions make perfect sense. All right, so you're going to hold your action to get the tricorder out and use it to better triangulate where this dude is standing.
Right.
Got it. Okay. It's his turn. He is grumpy about the layout of this room.
Funny.
because
Right.
no, mostly about where y'all are standing because you're so spread out.
Feel like Potham also took a couple of steps forward, just because.
Sure, fair.
You know, have
He didn't want to
movement.
get bit in the butt.
Well, there's that, and
You're
and
butt
he,
crazy now.
he kind of got lost in the whole like. Gotta hold it up higher
Right.
to get better reception.
On his tippy toes.
Just takes it up to 4 feet.
It's a bonus action.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Because you're.
Order of operation, can I do a bonus and then my action?
Yeah, you can do it
Okay.
any order you want.
Bonus action to
Movement,
lead.
action, bonus.
Because
Um,
it's under my actions, but it doesn't specifically say it's bonus.
so what Tentathian is going to
Sorry, I got a
do
lot of stuff on
now?
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
He's pretty
Go down further.
frustrated that this continues to go on.
That's weird. Yeah.
You are going to.
Wild shape.
That's their heal.
You're going to see air right in front of you.
Yeah. I think it's.
You're going to see a little puff of mist right here
Don't do it, man.
disappear.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he misty stepped.
And
He's got to run out of spells eventually, right?
this is hard to do in my brain. The
Shouldn't he only
Misty
be able to use Misty Step once a day?
Yeah, come on.
Not if it's a spell. Some of you have Misty Step as an ability. Some people cast a spell to do Misty Step, and
Okay,
some
well, there
people are
goes the spell
wizards.
slot.
Some
So
people are
then-
wizards and have more than a single spell slot to use in a
Burn-
given
burn up
day.
spell slots.
Yep.
That's all we need.
You know what a wizard is without spell slots? Useless.
You know what a wizard is without spell slots? Still invisible. All right. So that puts him there, and then there. That's it.
Are we really just gonna chase this wizard around like a
I know.
freaking?
Now it is Rentz's turn.
Block the door.
Rentz is too busy
Oh, what
vomiting uncontrollably
Let me go next.
to. Oh yeah, sorry. We can do that. Well, we'll do Rent. Doesn't matter. Rentz is too busy vomiting uncontrollably to do anything on this turn. He is incapacitated and just remains in the embrace of his hideously
That's how he wanted to die.
transformed daughter.
It's like he's throwing up in the mouth of the beast.
It's
which
pretty-
is-
Or the beast is
Pretty
throwing up
cool.
in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
It's
simultaneously.
vomiting on each other. Excellent.
It's a really
It is.
gross thing that's going on over there. Let's just.
It's Cards Against Humanity happening
really-
in those two characters.
It's really bad. Meanwhile, Yarbo, with some protection at his back, is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and start making his way up the stairs and
Oh.
And a
out.
single magic missile executes him.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'd like to do a quick retcon. I don't think it's gonna make any difference, but but for peace of mind.
Okay.
Air would like to shout at since her bonus action, shout at the half elf to use fairy fire.
Okay, all right.
Half elf ignores.
Yeah.
But
It's
that
like,
peace
you
of mind.
idiot, get out of
The
here.
half elf hears you and is like, and continues to run.
Oh, Air tried.
In the direction of the exit. He's going to take the same path that Freya did. So if you can move him 10 squares,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just to the edge.
and then he will attempt to climb. He's still struggling, so he's going to remain at the bottom. He is not able to leap up quite as readily at the end of his
While you're
movement
down there, use fairy fire.
as you are.
Randomly, I don't know, anywhere,
It's like-
something.
Just fire it in all directions.
Yeah.
Pando,
Okay, very
it's your
fire.
turn.
I have a
Exactly.
question. Does Misty Step allow you to literally teleport from one place to another?
Yes.
Can
you
you
yelled out
teleport
Misty Step?
out of a
As you
room,
saw.
Sure.
Yeah.
or do you have to? So like if he were right there, he could just teleport right out of the room.
No, you have to see. I think
Misty Step's how he got down here.
you have to be able to
You
see
may
it.
recall.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to see it.
See the location you're stepping to.
So if there was a giant sphere of fire in the way of being able to see the exit, he could not leave. Or could he?
You could
I
look
don't
through
think
the
he's
flames,
gonna.
maybe.
It needs to be a space he can see.
Okay.
I don't know if we should start burning the place down just yet.
No.
Maybe, I don't
it
know.
doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
It
It's
stays
a
in that
highly
one little-
contained. It stays in one
Oh,
spot.
right.
Yeah.
I
But
remember what you're talking
I'm
about.
trying
Yeah,
to figure out a way to just block this MFR. Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm
I need-
panning
Oh wait,
again.
I'm sorry.
Wait, location.
That was that. I get to go before you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Held action.
Come on!
I know.
I hit it by mistake a moment ago, and I got a 25. 14.
Here's what I'll give you with a 14. You've got a line, but not a distance. You've got a bead on him somewhere in that direction,
Okay.
but you have no idea how close. Could be anywhere within 1,000 feet in that direction.
Okay.
June.
Poor June bug.
Bottom points.
All right.
Over that way.
Okay. So Pando does her. What is it? 35 feet.
Remember, we want Yarborough.
30 feet?
Yarborough.
35 feet,
Yarborough.
you're right. Yeah.
35.
Yarborough.
Yarbo.
Yarbo. We want Yarbo to be able to
Yardbird.
get out.
Yardbird.
Yardbird.
35.
Not a sea turtle anymore.
So she's just gonna try. So entangle is 90 feet
Okay.
with a
So you can pretty much drop it almost anywhere in this room.
right. But he has a signal that it's this way, right? That he just yelled.
Mhm.
So she's going to, and it's just a 20-foot radius. So this is just a try.
Okay, well, 20-foot radius is pretty big. That means 20 is 4 of these squares, so it's an 8 square wide circle.
Chunk. Yeah.
So you tell me the point at the center of it. Here?
You don't want to. Okay.
Say words.
We don't want to entangle the
Same
stairs.
words.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Do
fine.
you want to entangle the stairs? Okay,
It
whatever.
doesn't really
Wherever.
matter. Yarborough's up.
I mean, we've all been going toward this direction. This is pointing here. I'm happy to shift it. I'm going, like, you're literally here. He's here. He's here.
I'm fine.
Pointing here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if this
that's
is the
fine.
center point, there you go. It's still a shot in the dark. He could be here.
Okay.
He could be hugging the.
He could be back here.
He could be standing right in
we need
front
an
of.
expo marker
But
down
I
there.
trust you guys. You tell me.
Oh, in the old kit.
No, he's somewhere in that line.
Or
Is it?
No.
Was it this?
yeah, there might be
Had your
expo
map?
markers in there. Otherwise, we've got some upstairs that I could go grab.
And I'm open to thoughts. Just tell me what you think
No, I think-
as I'm like casting it.
I think that was good. This doesn't have the expo. This doesn't have the.
Go ahead.
Your.
What are we looking
I'll
for?
grab one.
Okay.
He totally got pulled in the direction of the donuts for a minute, and then he was like,
He's like, oh.
"Come on, we can't just mess around here for 3 hours and not
This
even
is
hit
so
him
frustrating.
once."
Right.
I know. The problem is like Fairy Fire is not even that great. It's such a small. It's only a 20-foot cube.
Right.
Well, and I also
like-
didn't.
Right.
That. It's like one little thing, so it's not even worth me burning it until we really know.
I think that's why I ended up ditching it. I was like, there hasn't been a single circumstance where this has been effective.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
not-
Because
it's
it's
supposed-
so.
and so I ditched it as a spell to pick up something
Mhm.
else.
It probably would be more useful if the room wasn't so freaking large. But
The room is huge.
Right. And the problem is, like, I can't entangle there and then entangle here and, like, leave it. Like, it leaves with me. You know what I mean? So I can't, like.
Okay, so here we can draw. This is our center point, or
No,
here.
I thought that you pointed this box. is the
Yes.
center point.
I'm open to Potam or Freya yelling.
Okay, and it's a
"No,
circle or a
Hannah."
cube.
that's
It shows a square.
Oh, oh yeah, it's a 20-foot square. Oh, so it's the same. It's the same situation.
It's not working great. So it's
It's not 8x8, I don't think.
It's about like this.
I think it's 4x4.
You're not really. Are you even seeing that?
I don't, but I believe you.
That's not working. Okay, well,
You have some rubbing alcohol upstairs, right?
probably.
Cool.
So we're going Sharpie on the.
Doop, doop, doo.
What do I tell you guys that it's a 4x4 square, not 8x8 square?
It just says range 90 feet, area
Yeah.
20 feet, and
20,
then there's a
It's 20
square.
foot square, which I believe when they say that notation means it's 20 foot by 20 foot.
I don't know. I'm just literally looking at what it says.
Entangle.
It doesn't.
20-foot square starting from a point within range. Yeah, you're right. So it's not.
Okay.
It's not a 20-foot radius.
Okay. So it's less space even for us to try.
It's a quarter of the space,
Well, so
unfortunately.
do we think
20-foot
that,
square.
do we still think
because I have one of those.
do we still think he's upstairs or
Put that where you want it.
yeah?
So this is telling us that he's this direction, right? That's what this wood is symbolizing.
Yep.
What?
Just misty stepped somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe like.
Did he misty step down or did he misty step onto the stairs?
Maybe down. Because he's got that disgusting thing he's probably trying to salvage and do something with.
I don't think he would leave, right? He's too pompous and self.
Well, he's
I think he would leave if he doesn't have his creation, but
But he's got the
creation is here.
caged little device in there too. He probably doesn't want us to have that.
So while I appreciate the depth of this
Oh yeah,
discussion,
we just stop talking.
this is a decision that Pando's making
Yeah.
in the moment, right after
Just right there.
Bottom pointed in
Just
a
right there.
direction.
Let's just do it. It's
Okay.
all the shot in the dark anyway.
So this,
And I still have to like cast it. I could do, one.
all right, you cast it, and
Okay.
vines come sprouting up, weeds and choking brambles and whatnot come bursting up through the bricks of this layer, growing up on the wall, partially on the stairs, and all through this area. Some of the carefully packaged foods and things like that comes tumbling off shelves as these vines burst out. You don't hear or see anything that leads you to believe that you entangled a wizard.
Okay. And there you have it. Shot in the dark.
But that's going to stay there for up to a minute, and it does create an area of difficult terrain, which will slow down anything trying to move through there.
I don't think Misty Step is like that much range, so it's actually not that much. It's probably not that much space he's actually able to have gone to.
To like,
Do we know
Scooch
what
around.
range Misty said is?
Yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet. Oh, okay.
does that change if it's spell versus skill?
I don't
Could
think
you
doubt
have
it.
like
Okay.
any kind of extender thing on Misty Step?
He got one on Amazon. He got the Misty
That's
Step,
an
Misty
extender
Step
pack.
extension pack. Yeah.
Except that he should just unplug it at this point because he never really uses it.
No, it's like he thought it would be really useful down here, especially like away from his signal tower,
But
but never uses it.
Okay.
Ended up being a waste. Air, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna depend on you guys to keep my health at a reasonable level
Okay.
because I kind of feel like throwing out a fairy fire
Ooh.
because I'm guessing
it's gotta be then if it's
Like
this
down
way,
here or
like
something.
right in here, because this is the line that it was.
Oh, wait a second, you're right.
So it's gotta be. He's gotta hopefully be because he was from there, right?
He was like from this ish area.
Yeah. So it's gotta.
You saw mist right here.
How the hell did he get all the way over here?
I know.
Or just right
That's what
there.
I'm saying. He's got the extender pack.
I'll just gently remind you that bad guys have movement too.
Oh right. So he's Misty Step plus his movement. What a dick. It's gotta be then right in here. He's
Bad
gotta
guys are
be
the
right in
worst.
there.
You guys
Well,
are so the worst.
They're always using all their resources.
Or it
Why?
could be like right
Or
here
up there.
because he's trying to get out, or at least chase the.
Is he? That's the. I guess that's the.
True.
I should just keep my
You should.
my,
Yeah.
fairy fire.
I was gonna say because I'm right
Too
here. I
unsure.
can try swinging around there.
My concern, I just don't understand why he would leave. Because then we would just get all this crap that he's.
You know what's
paying.
the worst part of this?
I know you know. We know you know.
You could just
Oh, that's
tell us.
that's the worst part for you, is it?
Tell us.
Brutal. I just.
It's actually what while I'm reading trivia, I have the same problem.
I know the answers. You guys. I would be killing at this point.
Is he really dodge it by being the one square over from that area? Is that really what happened right now?
Maybe.
Well, you know he's not there. So that
I'm
has
gonna hold on to it, I
eliminated
guess.
some space.
Can you Eldritch Blast an area
I
that you
could.
think?
I could. I assume it would only affect a 5-foot square.
I mean, you could do a lot of things. You have a lot of options.
A complete
mean,
shot
You
in the
could
dark.
just run through,
I was
like,
just gonna
spinning
say,
a weapon.
That's what the only person who landed a hit on this guy yet
Right.
did.
Yeah. And Freya's been trying it too, but hasn't worked.
I
It's
meant-
not for lack of trying. I think we're being
Does Misty Step give
pulling
any?
out everything.
There's no indication on where the Misty Step landed. I was gonna read the description to see if it said anything about that.
I just have a feeling that rock.
Choose a square within 30
Yeah.
feet. You can see a bright, flashing red light appears over your head when you arrive.
The description for Misty Step is actually pretty sparse. Okay, well, I just spent all my turns and all my movement going up this stupid stairs.
Bottom feels your pain.
Oh, the map is big, is it?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna move back over here.
You could have, straight lined it. Oh, well, I guess you can't really take that much bludgeoning damage.
Can't risk it.
Straight to the wire. 2 bludgeoning damage.
We get so
Not
squishy in our
insignificant.
elf form.
All right.
And I'm gonna shout at the half elf again to use a fairy fire.
Yep.
Or I should have shot at the half elf, threatening him, and then told him to use fairy
Oh,
fire.
that always works.
That's good. Ooh, there are no good guys or bad guys.
It's
There's a lot of
it's
gray.
just
Yeah.
guys.
You're just
Sometimes
interesting or tedious.
people die.
Sometimes friends die, I think was the specific line. Sometimes friends die. All right, it is the Hideous Abomination's turn. The Hideous Abomination is going to continue attempting to consume her father with a melee attack, bite attack. This time she actually misses, which is shocking. I think as he's wiping the vomit off of his face, Rentz finally seems to shake himself out of whatever confusion and I mean he's been through a lot. He's been suggested, he's been confused, he's been incapacitated by violent vomiting. He has just enough of himself together still at this point to lurch out of the way as this abomination lunges at him again, and he manages not to take the hit this time. Let's see if her weird power recharges.
Wait, what?
Fun.
Oh, the
Oh,
confused thing.
yeah, no, the blob of goo.
Yeah.
The blob
Yeah,
of
you-
vomit goo.
You see a big fat whitehead starting to grow
Ooh.
on the surface of this thing again.
I say we let them work things out.
I have to put, that was my plan.
Freya,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
That's
I know.
basically what Piano did. She was like, ew.
Guys, I gotta make a decision
Doesn't-
here.
Is there no Okay. Nothing happens. He doesn't get any more saves or anything after that. Is this like a suggestion spell or something?
A suggestion, yeah, is long past.
Oh, now he's just hugging her.
This, I mean, y'all didn't hear this, but for the listener at home, the suggestion was just simply, I suggest you go to your daughter.
Oh.
And so all the suggestion did was get him to do something he kind of
Well,
wanted to do anyway, but
It
it
pushed his natural desire.
it pushed him to run there. Then on the way there, he got hit by the confusion effect from her screaming
Only one turn though.
for only one turn. But then on the very next turn, he was covered in disgusting pus that made him vomit for an entire turn and was incapacitated.
Oh, that's
There's
what's
the 3 natural ones
not
on saves
having
in
a
a
good
row.
day.
All right.
it's been a little rough for
It's
him.
not a good
This
day
dude's
for a
actually
friend.
super strong and tough, which is why he's alive after a crit bite
Right.
attack from this creature that did 43 piercing damage. But the fact that he's like actually paying attention now and lucid for the first time since he stepped in the room.
We'll see what happens.
See what
Is our
happens.
princess gonna just jump down and start?
Well, yeah, I think she might. The thing is that I know Pradam pointed out that could very well be right here. I just don't think he's gonna try to leave unless he's trying to get to Yarbo. Yarbo and his but I just don't think he's gonna leave that thing down here to.
Yarbo ran right past him, and he didn't
Yeah,
try to get him to
exactly.
stop.
I tried. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm dashing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right here, and I'm just gonna make a melee attack with my. Oops.
Okay, first make an acrobatics check as
Okay,
you leap
as I
down
jump
off
down.
the 10-foot wall.
I think I accidentally.
Take 2d10 of fall damage.
Right. Oh, I crashed. Or I lost my. Oh wait, is it right here? Crazy. I think I accidentally clicked out somehow. I'll get back in a second. Wait, what am I rolling? Sorry.
You're rolling an acrobatics check, so just roll a d20.
Which I have a +4 on. Oh, which is a 9.
That's fine. That's enough. You'll take half the fall damage, 3 points of
Okay.
damage. Are you still raging?
I'm raging.
Reduce that to 1.
Okay.
Just throw yourself off the ledge. Fall.
Okay, here I'm back in.
Stupid ledge!
I'll get you.
Okay. Reduced to 1. I'm going to use my Morning Star and just make a. right
All right.
there in that area.
Roll an attack at disadvantage.
Okay. 23. 16.
All right. I gotta check his spell slots. Hang on. Your Morning Star cracks into another invisible shield.
But we know where
As
he is.
as the invisible wizard throws up another magical protection to keep himself safe from your spinning weapon. It impacts a shield of energy right there, but does not.
1 square
make
away from my
contact.
tangle.
That's why I didn't place it.
Her. Right?
I can't believe we've just been able to randomly hit him multiple times.
Yeah, but I
It's
can't do
kind of
any
remarkable.
damage.
Like I had a specific square picked out. I had I picked out a crate in my mind that he like ran and sort of ducked next to, and Freyo ran right there.
Freya just felt his presence.
Mhm.
It was that
She's still
royalty, the princess
connected.
power came
Yeah, well,
out.
it's the sea turtle thing. She's like, her sea turtle spidey sense was still connected to
I
him.
know, true north.
Yes.
All right. That's the end of your turn.
Yep.
It is Podham's turn.
Well,
I feel confident, Bottom, after your tricorder reading and pointing in that direction, that you see this when Freya
Cracks it.
drops the hammer on this glowing shield.
Great. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. We're gonna grease the ground. Right where dude is at.
Okay. Remind me how grease.
The spell grease?
Yeah.
Grease.
Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on the point within range and turns it into a difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters this area and ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
So I
Or
gotta
fall
do
prone.
a
What's the
dexterity
DC?
saving throw. Oops.
Of your
Is do. Is 16. Dexterity 16.
Got a
Meets
16.
it, beats it, so you're good. Freya wobbles for a second as the ground suddenly becomes greasy.
I just imagine that Potham had a little pot that he chucked over.
Lobbed over there, sure. The wizard, however, does not make his saving throw, and you hear a curse and a thump as he hits the ground
Ooh.
And takes damage and loses invisibility.
and is instantly killed.
I knew it.
falling on his own spell components. Also contain his keys.
Ow, my
Ouch.
keys.
I have a
really hurts.
bruise.
Okay. It is now
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Estra,
Swarm 'em.
Cynthian.
it is now Tentathian's turn.
I guess that puts me here. I'll.
Tentathian
Can you provoke attacks of opportunity from
Can Freya
invisible?
turn around?
running pretty low on stuff, but he's got one big thing left to do. So the question is, what direction?
Don't turn me into a turtle again.
But you were so cute.
You hear a little bit of sort of wet scrambling as Tentathian moves.
Perfectly along the
seemingly
edge.
in this direction. Well, I mean, he's slipping in grease, but he can see big
Good
piles of
tangle.
vines and thorns here. So yeah, he doesn't actively crawl into brambles.
Ah, suspicious.
But he's you can
What
se-
if he slipped into the brambles?
you can sense him moving away. I will let you make an attack of opportunity if you want. Either of you at disadvantage, a melee attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, I also do.
Yeah, melee attack at disadvantage.
I recommend it.
Okay. Yeah. Heck yeah. We're gonna do Morningstar. 15. Oh, at disadvantage. Yeah, 15.
Unfortunately, both of those attacks bounce off his magical shield that is still present until the end of his turn. And he does
Oh,
manage
yeah.
to slip away.
But cha.
But
That's three. That's three today.
and that's when
Mixture
he
limit.
does something he's been holding out.
Yeah,
To do for a little
I
while.
knew that
Right.
was
Just-
coming.
Just kind of wanted to make sure you were lined up the right way.
Right.
A-
Close.
Frigid blast of cold air erupts from right about here in a 60-foot cone in this direction, like a violent blizzard has been condensed into almost a beam weapon, blasting into Freya, Potham, and Pando. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Don't I have some resistance against cold? I thought I
Look in
did,
your
but I don't-
resistance
I
under
don't know
your,
where
on your
resistance
character sheet.
is that on features?
Nicely done. 19.
Oh, did it say
Wait,
air too?
No.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Hey,
thought.
can
Okay.
you help me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Constitution saving throw.
No.
Oh.
First of all, I'm trying to figure out. I think I have resistance against cold.
It would be scroll all the way down to the bottom because it would be
On features. and
Yep.
traits?
because it would be
Also
part
in the
of
top right hand
your
corner.
Silver dragon.
cold
Yeah, cold.
silver dragon cold damage,
I can inflict cold damage.
but damage resistance.
Resistance. I do have cold damage resistance.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
That means
How do-
you
what-
will calculate that when you do damage, or when we calculate the damage.
Oh, okay.
What was
but
your-
my Constitution
What
saving
was your
throw?
con save?
My con save is come on. I have a +5 and it's a 6 because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that's bad. But
That's
the good news
bad.
is because of your resistance, you'll still
Yeah.
take half damage.
Okay.
Um,
I take half of half damage because I'm raging.
Does rage give you
No, rage
elemental?
protects you from bludgeoning,
Oh,
slashing,
right.
and piercing
Yes,
damage.
that's true.
Uh,
But I still take it.
So what that means is that all of you are taking half damage, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Potom and Pando managed to dodge a little bit out of the way and protect themselves enough. So at half damage, you will each take 16 points of cold damage.
Pando's down.
Can I also use? This is the time that absorb elements comes into play.
It would be if you hadn't already used your reaction to attempt an opportunity attack.
And I can't use it because I'm too.
But this is new. That was when he was. Oh no, this
Both
is
happened
his
on
turn.
his turn.
Both his turn. Damn it. Okay.
Because I have absorb elements, but I can't do that right now because it's not my turn. Correct?
Absorb elements. If you have absorb elements, it is a reaction spell, which means you can use it on a different. It's meant to be used on an enemy's turn.
If you have a spell slot, you should be able to.
And
use
if
it.
you have absorb elements,
How
do
do
that.
I know if something is a reaction spell?
It says
It'll
so.
say like
It says casting
Casting
time,
time, one reaction.
yeah.
They need to make that like bold.
But then
Turns out that
everything
her
in there is
entire
important.
card
though, is
goes
the problem.
bold then?
Yeah, I was gonna say if everything's bold, then nothing's bold.
But certainly you can cast absorb elements.
Okay.
How much damage?
I will.
16.
16.
16
Okay.
points cold damage.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So I cast it. Do I have to hit the effect as well to?
Can you just read the spell
Yeah.
to us?
Literally thought that was okay. The spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you and storing it for your next melee attack. Your resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn. Also, the first time you hit with a melee attack on your next turn, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage of the triggering type, and the spell ends.
Oh, okay, I see. So this makes you resistant to cold for the purposes of this attack.
Yep, which you take one reaction, which you take when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage.
Got it. So instead of taking 16 damage, Panda would have taken 8.
Oh,
damage.
that's lovely, because now I can live.
And remember that you will have bonus damage on your next melee attack. For when you get all melee on something.
But I think that it's only good for the next turn.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was only
So-
So you have to hit him.
So your
Right.
your Pando claws are covered in ice right now.
So frosty. Thank you for saying that.
Stay frosty, Pando bear. Okay. So that was his somewhat panicked, scrambling big spell, and now it is Rentz's turn. Rentz is sort of shaking his head and looks around and yells out, "Fiend, what have you done to my daughter?"
Get him, Rents.
But I'm not sure he knows what to do here.
I
He's
can't imagine there's much of him left.
he's not. I mean, he's pretty chewed up, but he's certainly not going to attack his daughter. So he's going to disengage. He's a trained warrior, so he's not going to do anything dumb here. He's going to disengage and he's going to run
Just can't
back in
imagine
this direction.
that-
He's got a movement of just 30, so six squares. And that's really all he can do. And now it's Pando's turn.
Okay. So I have to use on this, and the only melee I have with any kind of worth as Pando is Primal Savagery. So where is our greasy wizard?
We believe he's up right there, somewheres.
The
Yes.
cone of cold came from this
And
direction.
he was in the greasy spot,
Right.
and so he was laying down, and
Right.
this we presume like 6 or 7 squares of movement. So he,
The grease counts as difficult terrain, which means to move through a square of difficult terrain costs twice as much.
And he's also on the ground.
Probably like
And he
so
was
he was like right
prone.
here. So 1, 2, 3. So he's probably
Prone
like
would have
right
required
here.
half his movement to stand if he chose to stand, which we covered earlier. Wasn't a
See.
requirement.
Can you crawl at your full
15,
speed
20,
though?
25, 30, 35. I
Yeah.
could reach here
And do a melee.
and do a melee. I mean, it's going to be wasted if he's not there.
Yeah, well, I mean.
But I'll
what do
try
we
it.
got?
Here's what I'm gonna ask. I think what I'm doing here is a favor to you.
Oh, you've been very overly generous about the attacking. You really shouldn't be able to have
Yeah.
hit him as many times as you did.
Here's what I think I'm gonna say. Well, because you have enough movement to get there, except for the fact that there we're talking about is covered in grease
Okay.
Oh, right,
and
right.
makes all of this difficult
Sure.
terrain for you also.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
what I'm gonna say is you
I
can.
thought it was like 5 feet. Like just a little square that
It
the
is,
grease
well,
hits.
it's 10 feet, so it's right in this.
Okay.
You could have gone around.
Could've gone
Freya.
around.
Freya is like the square Freya is in
Okay.
is greased because she
Okay.
rolled to save from it.
Sure.
But here's what I'm going to allow. If you or Freya, you can choose who makes it, make an acrobatics check successfully. I'm going to say you sort of dance your way past each other. So like Freya kind of grabs you and lobs you in that direction, and you execute like a cool team combo
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah.
And she just sort of throws you out there with your
Using
icy
the gravity
claws.
of the star as a
Yeah.
slingshot.
It's a slingshot maneuver. So, who's going to do the acrobatics check?
I have a +1.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
All right, you need a 14 or higher to pull this off.
Big money, big money, big money.
Nope.
Okay. So here's what happens. Here's what happens instead. Frey grabs you, throws you, but instead of landing on your feet and executing a cool attack, you fall prone, and you can still make an attack.
Directly on top.
You can
of.
still make an attack at the space in front of you. You're going to do it at disadvantage
Sure.
anyway, but the cost of the fail maneuver is you're prone.
So how do you do it at disadvantage when
Roll
you're
twice, and the lowest one counts.
of that spell? Of that cantrip.
Ooh.
23 and 28.
Yes.
Well, it's a nat 20.
But that I have to do disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 23.
Unfortunately, he's not in that space.
Ah.
So while you made a really good attack,
Do you know what
you
this
made
looks
it on
like too?
empty air.
It's primal savagery.
Which
So I
space?
have like elongated teeth and claws that are just on the ground like
I
ah!
know it's.
Which square
Terrible.
was it that you attacked?
I mean the one I'm in.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
you're there, so you basically attacked this.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
square right in front.
I think he's just a little.
That's ridiculous.
Air.
Closing in.
Kind of feels like this is your moment, Air.
Yeah,
The
come on.
moment you've patiently waited for.
Fairy
The-
fire time.
No, but I only have 6 hit points. Okay. Okay, fine.
I mean,
Yeah, but fairy fire time.
don't cast it with blood magic.
Otherwise we're gonna go into a third session with
Okay.
this battle.
I
Okay.
know. Come on, guys.
Alright, fairy fire it is.
Air cuts her wrists to power the spell.
I'm getting really kind of tired, guys.
I've lost a lot of blood.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Okay, so
Oh no. Oh, no.
It's too soon.
It's always too soon.
It's always too soon.
okay, I cast fairy fire.
All right.
Through pure pressure.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't. You can do
You don't have to
whatever.
do anything
I'm
you
a
don't wanna
victim.
do. I like how this is
It's a
going.
little lawyery spin he put on that.
I'm not-
Under duress,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
made this decision.
So I'm gonna.
I've really enjoyed playing this whole battle with an invisible villain.
Could I have
You don't have to do anything you don't wanna do.
a 20-foot square template to cast
Yeah.
this? And then it's a dexterity saving throw of 16. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Or even maybe.
No. Yeah. I think that's good. We know he's.
No. No, I just I heard it over like no.
No.
Okay.
As it turns out, he's not in that square.
It's going to make
So do you want
his
me to-
dexterity save at disadvantage because he's prone. He rolled 2 4s, and he fails his dexterity save.
Okay, so do you
At
want me to?
which point, I don't think we need this anymore.
No.
If you don't, unless you guys care that all of the objects in this space are also outlined in fire.
No, that's fine.
But this guy appears
Ooh, and what color? Air.
lying on
Violet.
the ground.
Violet.
Outlined
Violet.
in flickering violet flame, you see the prone form, the greasy prone form of Estrath
This doesn't
Tentacion.
look very intimidating, does he?
Yeah.
Greased up on the floor.
Great, you turned him the same color as the ooze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thematic. It's on.
Any movement or bonus action?
I'll move.
Hit him in the face.
I don't have any ability to hit him, unfortunately. I'll move.
Okay. Next, it is the.
Oh, I have darkness too. I
Smash.
forgot.
It's the creature's turn. The creature, the abomination, only has a move speed of 10, so it's gonna ooze its way.
Never
Towards-
again toward us.
It's gonna ooze its way towards Daddy. 2 squares. Will you please ooze that beast forward? Yeah, it's gross. And then, is it within 3 squares? Is it 3 squares away from Daddy? Or is it
More
farther?
than
One,
three.
just
2, 3, 4.
Oh no. Okay. So that bulb, that
The pimple.
pimple on its head is fully engorged
Carbuncle?
and ready to go, but it is not lobbed, out of range.
Let's save the pimple talk for post donuts.
Yeah. It's a disgusting creature. That is,
Sorry,
Freya.
medical.
it's having the desire to fight.
Freya, it's your turn.
So I have half movement, right? Because
Half
I'm
movement
in
in difficult terrain. Yeah.
the. Yeah, so I'll dash 6. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. That was a straight line also for my last smash. We're gonna Morningstar smash.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Pano screams, "Get him!" on
15.
the ground.
Would he?
It's also at advantage.
Oh, advantage because he's on the ground?
Well, fairy fire gives advantage too.
It is. It's at advantage because he's on the
Oh,
ground and fairy firing it.
Oh no. It's still 15.
Okay. He's gonna burn a higher level spell slot to cast a first level shield and block
Heck
that.
yeah!
Yeah, he does not. He does not want to take that Morningstar to the face, and
Oh.
so a magical shield appears.
He's gonna be
Well,
in
at
a
least
world
we
of hurt
burned
soon.
another slot.
Yeah,
okay,
no, I'm happy.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a higher
I'm
level
down for that.
Net positive.
Pot.
He's gonna be on the ground. We're just be kicking him. Just-
Right.
Nobody has any resources left. They're just like,
Beat him to a pulp.
Just, yeah, the Warhammer's gone, so Potom just has a regular hammer.
Fortunately, Freya has unlimited unarmed strikes, so
hitting with the handle of a screwdriver.
totally dies. I got it. Sorry, way too much coffee.
Let's
Terrible choice.
let's hit him with a Ray of Frost.
All right.
Yeah.
Ray of Frost is a ranged attack, I believe, so you'll do
It
it at
is.
disadvantage because he's prone.
Oh, great.
But fairy fire.
Well, I don't
makes-
think that
a-
he needs
a
Wait, is that
advantage.
right? Yeah, I think it is.
What fairy fire?
Doesn't fairy
well, it's a-
fire then?
Oh, so just a straight roll.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. they
Well,
cancel
it's a
out.
10. So,
Okay, that misses.
but since this is an attack spell and I get 2 attacks,
No.
oh, okay, I thought so. You know,
Anything else?
gotta try.
Yeah.
The way it's phrased is the attack roll has an attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage. So it's actually weird how it phrases that. It doesn't mean range. It says if it's within
got
5
it.
feet.
Got it.
Yeah. So which I have to assume is intentional. They phrase it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, let's see. So I have to cross the grease,
Mm-hmm.
which is half of my movement.
Which I guess makes sense if you just draw a bow on top of him. And
Right.
Shoot him in the face.
And then I'd get to go 1, 2. Up to be there, right?
Yeah,
It's 1,
probably.
2, 3, and my movement is halved.
Okay.
Closing in.
He's gonna have
Yeah,
some,
you are.
Yeah.
He's gonna have some like dumb like explosive something.
Alright, come closer.
I've drawn you into my trap.
Alright, it's Tentathian's turn. What does he have left?
Still spell slots, I assume.
Yeah, not many.
Good. I like this strategy of
Mhm.
just burn shields until he's done.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
What are we gonna do, right?
he's only got one left.
Whoa.
And
That's big. That was privileged information.
Yeah, sorry. But he is going to he's going to cast it. Now feeling somewhat exposed and concerned.
Now he's concerned.
Now he's concerned.
Just turn to like we're just pissed and just curb stomp him. This is all I picture.
He is going to cast a spell and fly into the air.
Sounds like an attack of opportunity situation.
Yeah. Freya will get an attack of opportunity as he flies vertically about 15 feet in the air.
You're gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here I come. Oh, I'm gonna get a Sour Patch Kid because that'll give me.
The energy you need to.
the
That'll
rage.
give you the power.
Sorry.
As he casts
Yeah,
fly,
go up.
his invisibility drops because fly is a concentration spell. But Freya, you do get an attack of
Okay,
opportunity.
here we go.
At advantage.
I think that he's still encased
At
in
advantage.
fairy fire.
I believe how that works.
Yeah, fairy fire doesn't go away.
Yeah.
20. 18.
That hits.
Sweet.
It doesn't shield be damned. He is
Yeah, for the
gonna
duration.
take that hit.
Affected
7.
creatures. Yeah. Okay.
7 points of damage. Hey, you took damage. Again. And then he has to roll a concentration check. Which... Wait. Yeah, he fails.
Yes.
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 Fails.
Bludgeoning damage.
So as he starts flying up, you slash out and slap him with your
Yes.
Morning Star,
He falls right
and
back
he
down.
grunts in pain, and then the magic fizzles out, and he goes, "Ah!" and he falls straight back down
Prone
No, he didn't.
onto
again.
his back,
Wow.
where
She
right
didn't-
back where he was.
Louisville slugger him into the
Right.
entangle.
Um,
I sandwiched him.
And right about this point is where a look of panic develops
It's like,
in
"Oop."
his eyes, and he starts calling out to you. No, you must understand. We're working towards something greater. If you destroy the work here, it could mean the end of the world. You must listen to me.
I say we kill him.
Same.
It is Rentz's turn. Rentz. Oh, sorry. First, it's these guys' turn.
Is it
Yarbo.
time for
Yarbo.
sassy words back.
Yarbo gets out. Our half-elf friend is going to hop up here.
And snipes him.
And then 1, 2, 3. He's also going to make his way out. And now Rentz is going to charge. 6, as close as he can get. And he's just continuing to yell about his daughter. So yes, he has done he has said these things to you. Pando, you're next in the order. You're prone
Well,
on the greasy ground.
yes, but for my movement, can I stand up?
Yeah.
Great.
Stand up.
Or you could just
It only
squirm
takes
over.
it only takes half your movement to stand.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand up, and then I'm also gonna throw flaming spear. It's just a 5 foot, so it shouldn't hurt anyone else. It's gonna be contained to his little area.
Okay, so you're gonna cast a flaming sphere
Mhm.
on top of our dude.
7.
All right, hang on.
Oh, wait, that was damage. Do I first need to...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, attack first.
So sorry.
That's right. Let's look at the spell right quick.
Okay.
So the flaming sphere,
Or yeah, wait. Yeah.
it just creates the sphere
Oh, right,
wherever you want.
Yeah, it's a dex.
But he makes a dex
Yeah,
save.
yeah, so there's actually no attack.
Okay.
He's on his back, so he makes that dex save at disadvantage. That's another 4. He's doing great on those. So he will take that full 7 points of damage. A little bit of fire. Some of the grease around him catches fire. And anything else on your turn? Want to respond to his... I mean, you did just sort of respond.
I responded with fire.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about what he had to say.
All right, Air. It's your turn. This guy is continuing to call out for you to stop at the peril of the world-ending peril that he is helping to prevent.
Yeah, I wonder if we've been doing prone wrong. It doesn't say anything about disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. But it's a little late, I suppose, to do anything about it.
Yeah, can we wait until after the battle?
Disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah, you're right. Well, either way.
I'm not complaining. Okay. This is the missing element you guys didn't have when I was not here. Was this nonsense?
Bring the nonsense.
Was me giving rules corrections weirdly strictly in ways only to help
Only to help
The
the
DM.
I appreciate it.
Air's just gonna move there and is just gonna like yell at the guy, not so tough anymore, Arya, and then just like hack away at him.
Okay.
We got you
Air's
now,
pissed.
scumbag!
Air doesn't get downed very often, so when she does, she takes note and will make sure this person does not survive to tell the tale.
All right, I like it.
I mean, I feel like I have advantage for one reason or another.
Yeah, he's on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. I get 2 attacks, which is nice too. You probably weren't doing that right either, were you?
I don't do anything right.
So 15 plus 9, so 24.
That hits.
Oh, I didn't even roll the second time, but I 19. Oh, never mind. That doesn't make any difference. If the curse was still in effect.
Really, really hits.
Yeah. 16 points of damage.
Nice.
What does it look like when you put an end?
Oh, that's
after
it.
a
I didn't even get to.
Pentathian?
I didn't even get to attack another time.
You
I just
can-
I just
you
straight
can-
up decapitate him. That's what it is.
Oh,
Just
all
like-
right.
Okay, he will not tell tales.
yeah. He tries to put his hand in the way, and it just like slices right through his hand.
Oh,
Yeah, good.
It's just
Source
really
of brutal.
gory.
Source of intel eliminated. Yeah, that's good.
Happens.
All right.
Happens.
Tied
you know?
up those loose threads.
Yeah, right.
real
I know.
neat.
I was just about to say, should I just try holding him down and we can talk to him?
It's what Air would do, though.
Yeah, no,
That's
I,
what Air would do.
that's fine with me.
Dead men tell no tales.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there is a,
We
like,
still pot him.
oh!
Definitely. Definitely.
I thought we talked about this killing thing! There's no time. We need to restrain that creature.
I don't know what that was. Weird.
Okay. Speaking of the creature, it's going to move 2 squares closer to you. There you go. Squishing along.
And as you yell that, Pando's like, I can still taste it. I'm not going back close to
I
it.
can still taste it.
There might be a chance that I could try to reverse this.
Okay.
Freya,
That'd be
your
good.
turn.
All right, I guess Freya's just gonna dash toward this thing. And
Panda shouts, careful, it's gooey.
one. Oh, I guess that's going through the goo. Maybe I'll go around. If I go this
If you
way,
go that way, it's clear.
1,
The
2,
the
3,
grease was only on the one side.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so I guess with the dash, oh well, it can only be a melee attack. Oh, I think. Hold
Potom, your turn.
on. Hold on. Oh, or shove. Yeah. So I technically lose my rage. Not technically, I do lose my rage.
Technically.
Yeah,
Um,
lose my rage.
Are you taking your full movement on dash? When
She's
you
her double her movement.
isn't your oh
I have 30. So I just moved
you
60.
only have 30?
So you mean 6?
I only
Yeah,
have
she just
30.
moved 12 squares.
Okay.
It's a big room.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big room.
Let's. I will also dash, and we'll go this way.
Yeah,
2, 3. Oh. Shoop. We will cast Cure Wounds on dude.
On Rents.
I thought you were
On
gonna
Rents.
cast Cure Wounds on the wizard, on the decapitated wizard.
Come on.
8 points.
8 points. Nice.
You are fixed. 3, 4, 5.
Okay. This guy's dead. All right, it's Rentz's turn. Rentz, seeing that the wizard is dead, will spit in the general direction of his corpse and say, "Good riddance." And then he turns to look at all of you, and he says, "Seems my mistrust in you was incorrect. But please, is there anything we can do for my daughter?"
I have an idea.
Let's restrain her. I might be able to. I make no promises, but I might be able to help reverse this.
I have an idea also.
Air actually, before Pom said that, Air draws her sword as if be like, well, we could kill her if we could end the suffering. And then after Pom said, she just puts it back.
Eh? Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Reads the room and is like, oh no.
Oh, we just talked about this, Air.
I do have discuss as we have 2 p.m. Pokemon thing.
All good. No worries.
Okay. We gotta finish this.
Let's. How about this? Let's wrap this up
Yeah, we could.
narratively.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
I think so.
This creature is big and slow, so you can avoid direct attack from it if you're careful.
Just walk back.
What? Yeah, I mean basically.
Poke it. Herded
The
lawn.
creature is just beelining to the closest source of sustenance, the closest thing it can bite, and so you can kind of lure it about or do whatever you want to keep it in this lab. But I need you to tell me what you're gonna try.
Panda turns and yells to the half elf that ran out, "You're welcome."
Yeah. So
You thought in the midst of this combat the two of them should stop and like give you a handwritten thank you note.
Yeah.
or something?
Participate.
this sounds
They
really.
came out of a tube full of ooze in which they were restrained for an undetermined length of time.
Right.
You guys pulled them out, and then you're like,
We accept.
Yeah, fine.
how
Amex.
inconsiderate.
Okay, guess
Except
you won't
Venmo
help
and
wrap
Amex.
this up
No
with us.
tip?
Yeah,
So
wow.
this is what Freya thought she would try, and it might backfire. But I think it would be really interesting to just try.
Well, I hope it's power of love.
No, I want to take my potion
Remix.
of healing and pour it into one of the mouths.
Whoa, what a waste!
All right, yeah.
No, but you don't
Okay.
know.
We
I mean,
don't
maybe
know.
it would
This is
heal it
uncharted
from the
territory.
Potion of
purple.
healing, not a potion of transformation.
Just
Go for it, go
roll
for
a
it.
d20 and add your unarmed strike.
Add my unarmed. Oh,
Should
Or just
Air?
roll an unarmed strike.
I think Air's gonna
Unarmed
add like
strike.
a tip jar that she's gonna just
Start
wave
rattling
around.
it.
Yeah, rattling around
Yeah, what-
in these situations.
one of these times, something
Thank you.
it's gonna work. A weird thing is gonna work that Freya does. Okay.
Heck yeah, the weird stuff's the fun
Oh,
stuff.
except not. Oh, 16.
Okay. Yeah, you
Monster
get
looks
close.
healthier.
You chuck a
I
healing
just chuck
potion.
it in there.
You chuck a healing potion inside one of the mouths. It lands right in there, and the thing goes chomp, 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 and consumes one of your healing potions.
And the broken glass counteracts the healing potion.
I mean, it doesn't magically turn her back into Truffle. What it does
This
seem
is
to
a-
do is heal some of the cuts on
On
this
the
thing.
monster. Well,
Yeah.
but it was worth a
Air's
try.
just like holding like this gouge in her side. She's like, what?
I mean, those are free, so
Yep.
it's no big deal.
Yeah.
All right, what else
What's
are
only
we
the
trying?
cost of a potion?
You can just chill back there. We won't make you fight the monster, and we'll take a long rest here in a moment.
Uh, would like to help us band together as a team to restrain this thing with
I
whatever
have
rope.
rope. I have rope.
With
100
Freya's
feet of
rope.
rope.
We collect
All right.
tubes and
Pando's
whatever.
gonna participate, but the whole time she's going, ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Why did
We
you have
will-
to heal that thing before
we will
restrained
autopilot.
Thank
Pando
you.
for
Sorry,
you.
guys.
No, it's
And we're
okay.
gonna turn you back into a bear if that's cool. Because
You can
we
turn-
need you. We need your strength.
Turn me into any of these that we've seen.
Zebra. Oh.
The power. We need the power of the zebra. What?
They hurt when they bite.
Okay, let's attempt a group strength check to restrain this creature. Rents is going to contribute to this.
Strength trick.
A strength check.
Bottom helps.
Bottom is present.
Air actively does harms
Okay.
because she rolled a 1
Yeah,
and then
that's
she has a -1 to strength. So
All right. So,
14.
you rolled a natural one.
yes.
Oh, yeah, that's 2 failures, plus a failure from Potom. Rents and Freya succeed. So that's 2 successes against 3 failures. Let's see how Pando does. 17. So that's a success. So 3 successes, 3 failures.
Beats it.
I think what we manage here is that you're able to restrain it for a short time, but you're not confident that you can keep it contained. So whilst it is restrained, what are you attempting?
There's got to be some research here. His desk. It's got to be somewhere.
Sure. Yeah, you can start rifling through stuff.
You guys got this, right?
So in his sort of living quarters, there's a big lab table. There's a desk. There's a few chests. You can start to search around there. There's a number of different notebooks, stacks of paper, scrolls, things like that.
I feel like, so Potom is really interested in reversing the process, but I feel like he knows that it's going to take some time to do that, if it's possible at all. So, the biggest thing would be just getting Truffle contained at the moment. While Potom is going to be looking for information of a search of the wizard.
Okay. Well, why don't you make an investigation check?
Oh, all right. $26.
Okay, that's very good. So while everyone else is occupying themselves with holding this thing down and just keeping it from advancing, you rifle through some of the lab notes and things that are readily available. There are sketches of this machine and notes about the process, and you flip through a notebook where he seems to have been journaling some of his iterations of this. Without a lot of time to read through this, I won't give you yet all the detail that you may eventually learn from this. But the biggest thing that stands out to you is his frustration with how often these transformations seem to be deeply unstable. And especially when he transitioned to fauna, to animal rather than plant material in his transmutation, which is the most recent efforts. It's hard. He's frustrated with how hard it is to get this to stick. But sadly, the end result in everything in all the notes you see is the termination of the creature. It's hard for you to know based on his notes whether that means he just killed the thing when it didn't look like it was working out, or whether the thing died. But the abominations that he has created don't seem to last very long, and that is his frustration that he was trying to overcome in this most recent experiment.
Anybody else?
So should we distract Ren while we kill
No,
I'm still. I guess I'm not convinced that
Not convinced?
that.
we couldn't transform her back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we don't know how much time. We don't know how much time from experimentation to the end
Right.
without further research.
I mean,
Just
do we-
knowing that our time is limited.
Do we put her back in the vat or something?
Well, that's what I was wondering. But
Put her back in the vat with a battery that actually works.
Guess
one
what else
that
do
you
we
have?
do?
Potom walks over and picks up the Exocom's battery.
okay, let's try to wrestle her back into the thing then.
Well,
We
then
wrangle her.
Wrangle her.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll go.
We'll try to-
let's
we'll
go back
try to
in
with the
and
rope.
replace batteries and then wrangle her
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we use the body of the wizard as bait.
That's dark.
Awesome.
Come on! Come on!
That's what Eric's here for.
Eric's just waving his head around, decapitated head around.
Throws his head in there. Yeah,
There
it
you
is
go.
decapitated already.
Here, make an animal handling check.
Oh,
You bet.
that's awesome.
I don't be too.
Oh my
Rarely get-
god. Speak with animals.
Speak with his.
Oh yeah.
With
Oh
animals.
yeah,
Well-
but I have to.
To be clear, it's not an animal.
Oh.
It's very
Plus,
much
I have to
on-
meditate for 10
Oh my
minutes.
gosh. Another nat one.
Wow, rough.
Why?
Um,
What's going on there?
I don't know. 2 nat ones in a
Yeah.
row.
So Air's playing with the wizard's
She's not really an
head,
animal person.
but it doesn't really seem to be drawing the attention of the creature.
Throw the head at it.
Freya, Rents, and Pando, I think, can work together to try to corral this thing back into the primary chamber, if that's what your
Yeah, let's
goal
try to do
is.
that.
If you're going to try to contain it in there.
Yeah.
After
Rob.
you've already fixed the glass.
Well, there's that.
Let's talk about the pace of play in this particular situation right now. This monster is raging about the room.
But moves very slowly.
And yeah, so like you can keep dodging out of the way, but like what you're proposing, to be clear about the engineering of this.
Yeah.
Retooling this device in any sort of significant way is a project that will take
Hours.
days, if not weeks.
I think I've already mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless you guys are planning to like take shifts and play chase the monster in
Chase the head.
circles
For 3 days.
for days at a time while
Alright.
Potom's in there retooling this machine that you hope will do something, you either need to put this
Contain
thing
it?
down or put it away somewhere that it can't escape,
Right.
where you'll have legit time to research.
Is this
Don't
like
Don't you have a
work
sleepy
on-
spell?
No.
No.
I got a Achilles spell.
But
all I got.
we're also sort of doing the fly by the seat of our pants DC style, where we're like, oh, we can reawaken Superman by the Flash running really fast and touching the box just before it hits the water.
Yeah, right.
And we got one shot at this. Great, it worked out for us. Instead of the Marvel style where there's a lot of trial and error before things happen.
Alright.
I mean, I
you
think
can-
that there is a little bit of like
You can take a slapdash attempt at something here if you want.
I think that is sort of what,
We're trying to
because
do.
we're on a time limit,
Mhm.
that Potom is going to just do his best, spark notes it.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing is Potom runs into the main vat,
Chamber.
the main chamber of this machine, with the Exocomp's battery. Crawls through this sort of tessellated, multi-layered cage that has grown around the bad prototype.
Right. Reverse the polarity.
Hacks that thing out of there, and just with some quick spot welds throws the Exocomp's battery in its place.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right. You've got a new, much more powerful battery installed in this machine. And what you know about this is you have just supercharged this machine. It is now going to be much
We
more.
are-
It's going to do what it does
All gonna die.
much more powerfully than it used to do.
It'll turn.
But then we're gonna throw it in reverse.
we
Make
we install it.
Potem, make
that
an
way.
Arcana check.
Pretty good at those too.
Come on, don't say that before you do it. 26.
22.
22. With a 22, I'm going to tell you that you look at this machine and you know with confidence from all your years of study looking at magic from many different angles, both from an engineering standpoint and working closely with spellcasters from a number of different schools of magic, you know with confidence that this machine is designed to do a very twisted, corrupt form of transmutation magic, which is a school of magic you know little to nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't have any idea how to throw this thing in reverse. Anything you do would be completely guesswork. Completely. Not like, let's hope we get lucky here because I've got a wild idea and it just might work. You know, and you don't have to say this to anybody. Nobody else knows that this is the case. But you know, you're not Scotty down in the engine room going, well, it's my best shot and I think I got it. Like, you literally know you don't know. And so you've got, that's the situation that you're in when you stand in this room, is you've supercharged this machine and you know this machine does a kind of magic you don't understand. And it's built/grown around you. And you got to decide what you're going to do. It's also broken on the outside. Parts of it that were attached to other things are damaged. It's not full of goo anymore the way it was. There's
This
just
overwhelming feeling of
there's just a ton about this that you're like,
it can't be done.
you don't believe this is going to do
Work. Yeah.
anything good.
Sure.
And if anything, it's actually probably pretty scary that you just attached a much more powerful battery to it.
That is
Like
becoming
it could
very
possibly
apparent.
do something horrible.
So we'll
Detach
power
the
it down.
battery.
We'll pop the the spot welds and
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
You-
No,
like,
I
I think you would walk out of here, Potem would walk out of here feeling like you just
A big pile
dodged
of
creating a catastrophe.
a bit better than a big pile of goo.
Mm,
Feeling
mhm.
like a big pile of goo.
I think that Potem walks over to Air and just says, I think that you're better able to handle this situation.
I don't know. I mean,
Let
Can,
me-
can we just contain her for rent's sake?
yeah.
You
I don't
know?
want to give him false hope, but we could just
Yeah.
like walk out and like seal the door.
Good luck! Well, our part's done.
Wait. Enough for a long rest, though.
That's true. We could seal her in there and take a long rest.
Or do you want to cycle through because it moves so slowly? Can
Yeah.
Air just walk around and shoot Eldritch blasts at it until it dies?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to kill this thing, you can definitely kill it. I think the question really more is when you come out of there and when you all like circle up about this, what are you saying to Rents or
Right.
what
Well, that's
are
what
you
we-
doing? Like that's the
I
question.
think we just have to give Rents the most benefit of the doubt. It moves so slow. I think that we can contain it from hurting anybody if we just maybe keep it inside of the. Is that portal still open?
Oh, we gotta find it.
Oh, I thought it was with the battery.
Or we just kill it. I don't know.
We do. We need to look around this
I don't want
place.
to. I don't want to give him false hope. And then what?
What is it? Rents. There's nothing we can do.
Okay.
There's nothing that we
How
can
does
do.
yeah?
here.
What yeah? What if we just tell him that and let's see how he takes it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see how he
Does
does.
he seem-
And I think that Panem will just go into the, into the doctor explanation of like, there's nothing that we can do. There's
I'm
there's
so
so much research
sorry.
here to.
All we
Bedside
wanted to
manner
do
is
here,
very strong.
one of our main objectives was to save your daughter. That was one of our main objectives in this whole thing.
Imagine this is probably.
And she's gone.
So I think, as you explain this to Rents, this is a big, burly dude, right? And towers over most of you, Freya accepted. But as you start to say this, he just starts to slump and almost looks like he's kind of collapsing in on himself until eventually he sort of falls to his knees, at which point he's about eye level to air, I would say. And he just kind of starts sobbing.
And Pando hugs him.
For sure, Pando hugs
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Puts her arms around him.
And after probably a minute of this, while maybe Air is dancing around, waving a severed head around to keep the creature away, Rents kind of seems to shake himself for a second, and he gently, not angrily, but gently pushes Pando's hand off of his back, and he stands up, and he puts his spear across his back and stands kind of in that, not aggressive, but that sort of confident, quasi-intimidating way that he did the first time you saw him across the bridge. And he turns and he looks at all of you and says, "Give me 5 minutes alone with my daughter, please."
We oblige, I assume.
Yeah.
Just turn our backs over here. And,
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe come up here and just kind of turn our back.
Yeah, I think he waits for you to leave the lab.
Oh, okay. Should we go
Like,
up the
that
stairs
is-
a little bit?
He makes it clear that is his wish.
Okay, then we'll give him
I mean,
that.
what are we gonna? Who are we gonna say now?
Yeah, but what's gonna happen? I guess. Okay.
So as you climb up the stairs, you stand in the meeting hall above, outside the trapdoor, and you, shortly after you depart, you hear the sounds of a battle ensue down below. And it goes on for some time. The screaming mouths of the creature cry out again and again in pain or rage. It's hard to tell. You occasionally hear cries of anguish that are obviously Rents. It's hard to tell if it's emotional or physical pain that have him screaming down there. But after a minute or two, things suddenly grow quiet. And about a minute later, you hear a slow, sort of wet tread making its way up the stairs, and the sound of heavy, ragged breathing as you see the bloody and goo-covered form of Rents making his way out of the lab. And as he climbs out of the hole, he turns and looks at all of you just for a moment and nods. And then,
Freya puts her hand to her heart and nods back to him.
and then he just sort of stumbles away out into the village. There are no villagers inside the meeting hall, but many of them are gathered around outside. It is a little, comes as a little bit of a surprise to you how long you've been down here, because night has fallen. So it was the passing of time there that allowed Rents to even come down here. But Fensel and others of the villagers are awaiting out there. And after seeing Rents come out, many of them rush in and they start to help tending to your wounds, asking about what happened. And I think where we'll pause it here is to say that you're able to spend some time in the village recovering. You have access to the lab to explore, investigate anything that was left behind. When you do finally make your way back down there, you see the carcass of this creature has been torn apart. And the lab is relatively in the same condition that you left it. So you'll be able to poke around and see what you can learn. But you are all celebrated by the villagers for freeing them from this situation, and you are all able to take a long rest and recover and clean up and all of that. It feels like a victory, but a somber one. Fensel is overjoyed to be reunited with his son. This half-elf is still in the village and recovering, as is Yarbo. They're both being taken care of by a local healer. And when we start next time, we'll talk about the aftermath of this situation. But for now, boss fight complete. Evil wizard slain. And though it feels like a bittersweet victory, it is a victory nonetheless as you continue to hunt down the supply chain of evil. You put a pretty big dent in it here in this village of Teshiar.